It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City. It's time for Rebel Sports.
Welcome to all of our viewers out there. We are just getting ready to get our pregame show started. And thank you for tuning in. We've got another doubleheader coming your way today, this time against the Manila Mustangs. And based off of the last matchup between these two sides, should be a great one. And we will start off, as always, with the girls, and that is set to tip off in just under 9 minutes. So once again, thank you for tuning in, and we will be back with our pregame show brought to you by the Ellingford Brothers. And you're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
So, Zach, thanks for taking time to chat with me. It's been very interesting to hear about your, viewpoint of being on the school board and on the board of trustees for the UHSAA. At the end of our last interview, you were talking about being appointed to that board. What are kind of the responsibilities that have come with being on that board of trustees for the UHSAA?
Great question. And to be honest, I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into when I did get voted onto that board. It's kind of intense. So just to summarize, the Board of Trustees is similar to a school board in that we set policy for UHSAA. We vote on and discuss and set policy. So you think of things like, do we allow a transfer student? What are the specifications there? When should we allow a student athlete to transfer from one school to another? Should we not? I know it's been one of the big ones that has changed since I was on the board. And then things like, if you're following the news right now, you got things like international students and how UHSAA should treat those international students that are coming through the F1 visas and stuff like that.
Yep, just saw that article. So you guys are involved with that decision making.
Yeah, like I was on the board I am on the board, right? But I was also on the board when that change was made. How it works is like a policy like that. I'll just kind of summarize a policy change like that. So there's committees that are created within UHSAA between the executive committee and the board of trustees. Like various members of the board of trustees and executive committee sit on these specific committees. So there's a rules and regulations committee that's created, and that's where that change started. And then it goes to the executive committee, and the executive committee is made up of a representative from each region. So instead of classifications, is created by regions. And
that's very interesting, and something that I wanted to bring it up because it's a process that I know that not a lot know about. I surely didn't, and I don't think a casual sports fan knows about it either. So that's good to know and something to consider when we see these new policies being talked about in the media. Zach, we're going to go to a quick break for those listening in the next game, so tune in for that, and we'll be back after this. So Zach, thanks for taking time to chat with me. It's been very interesting to hear about your, viewpoint of being on the school board and on the board of trustees for the UHSAA. At the end of our last interview, you were talking about
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Coach, thanks for chatting with me today. Let's talk about the games this weekend. Pretty intense week. I talked with Coach Cornia, and he's in the same boat. Good timing. I mean, you're a few weeks away from state, but potentially the toughest week overall for you this week is you go to Big Piney, then you host both Manila and Tabiona. So let's start with Big Piney. We saw them at the Kemmer tournament. Honestly, Coach, the only thing I can remember is the speed that they had. I know that you told me they have some track athletes that are going to go run at the next level, and it was apparent on the floor. What have they done since, and what's the preparation for them?
They're still playing really, really fast. They try to turn you over in the open court, and obviously they push the break, and they look to score off of that most of the time. And they're really hard they get a lot of offensive rebounds, so we got to do a better job when we play them this time at keeping them off the glass. And then they've got 3 players on there that score very, very well. Number 22, Bailey. Number 1, Green. And number 10, Strong. So those 3 are kind of their go-to offensive powers, and then all the other ones do a good job. They can knock down shots, and they play great defense, and they play that 1-2-2 defense, and they do a good job moving in it. We're really gonna have to get after them to get that win in Big Piney.
The next 2 days, we've got Manila at home and Tabiona at home. How important are these games, being region games and, the cap of the season?
Well, they're huge, man. These are like our 2 biggest region rivals, I would say, out of Region 22. And, Manila is very long and athletic this year. They push the ball quick down the court. And they're very good shooters. If you leave them open, they're going to make you pay. And then they're very good defenders, too. They're big, they're fast. So it's a good game for us. They beat Tabiona just the other day. So Tabiona, too, man, they've got a lot of young girls that are very, very good. They've got guards that really pressure you up the court. Macy Rhodes is a handful. She comes off those screens and she gets her teammates involved.
Well, looking at the RPI as it sits, Rich number 1, Tabiona number 2, and Manila number 6. So very exciting matchup week. And when we come back, talk about the forecast of the 1A state tournament coming up in a little bit, and we'll talk about the region tournament as well.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to our pregame show. It is senior night tonight, and so we'll talk a little bit about our seniors and a little bit about this matchup, as it is a very intriguing one. And so, yes, thank you again for tuning in to the Ellingford Brothers pregame show online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM. Rob, do you want to give us a rundown of that long list of seniors that we have to honor today for the girls' game?
Well, you're going to get Cass Argyle, daughter of Jared and Stephanie Argyle, as Jared and his wife are making their way across the court. Brindley Hatch, daughter of Russell and Joelle Hatch. And last but not least, Kira Jolly, daughter of Matt and Tia Jolly.
Senior night's always awesome.
Yeah, it's a little funny because it's senior night, but they'll be playing again tomorrow night against Tabiona.
So I was told that is because some parents, right? Availability.
Yeah, availability of parents, including myself. So I'm glad they switched it so I could be here.
Oh, so you were part of the problem?
No, I was not part of the problem. They didn't care whether I was here or not.
Yeah, so, yeah. Thanks, guys. But, yes, just a reminder, we do have a game tomorrow at home against Tabiona. Honestly, Rob, I like that they've switched it, as there will already be so much pressure tomorrow for that Tabiona game. So this one adds a little bit of flavor to the Manila game already. But
they're going to do the tradition of giving the seniors a chance to talk a little bit about the coaches. And as we learned last time with the cheerleaders, I can already see the novel that Kira has on her phone. So we may be here a minute, Bradley. How about some keys to the game?
Yeah, Rob, what do you have for us? As I said, very intriguing matchup, both for the girls and the boys' game. But let's start with the girls' game, and what do you have for us?
Well, the news is Manila beat Tabiona last week by 3.
Yep.
So that should tell you a little bit. And if you remember, at Manila, the Lady Rebels come away with only a 2-point win, and that was because a 3-pointer did not fall at the buzzer for the Mustangs. So this one should be a good one. Manila averages 50 points a game. Rich averages 51. Rebounds 39 for Manila and 32 for the Lady Rebels. And that would be one of the keys, is the boards. The second key, I think, is the bench. Rich goes pretty good with a starting 5, but you're going to bring Lacey McKinnon and Kira Jolly out the bench. And Dottie Morse has been strong, including last night against Big Piney. But Manila really goes 5 deep. Occasionally we'll see number 10, Anna Davis, off the bench, but that's really it. So if you can use that depth of the Rebel bench, I think that's a key. The other thing would be the 3-point shooting. Molly Weston with 34 made threes. Kira was 17, Paige was 17, Cass was 17, and Lacey McKinnon with 13. On Manila's side, you've got Cameron Slaw, who's got 34, and then you got Callie Bear with 15, and that's it. They've got a young lady who's made, I think, 4 beyond that, but you only have 2 3-point shooters, where the Rebels have got multiple attacks. So I think that 3-point shooting is always key. We don't want to always focus on the 3, but that's one of the weapons that the Lady Rebels have. And if that goes down tonight, that will be well for the Lady Rebels.
And anyone who watched last night's matchup against Big Piney saw that the 3 ball was not in our favor. And so the posts made up of, Bray and Brindley and Dottie and a little bit of Lacey McKinnon. They did a great job. So I think it was good that it gave our posts a chance to have to carry the team rather than that perimeter shooting doing the work. So it just proved that we've got a well-rounded squad with the Rebels. But going back to that Tabiona-Manila matchup that you were talking about, I've talked to Coach Lundgren multiple times this week, and that game's definitely grounded him and his team knowing what this Manila side is capable of. Especially in basketball, you can never go off records and things like that. It's why the professionals, they do a best-of-7 series, because one game really can't dictate things, as anything can happen. So Rebels need to come out firing tonight and make sure to come out quick and score quickly.
This game, or the game back in December, it was on the 28th, so right during the Christmas break. It was tied at the end of 3, Bradley, and I would love to see the Rebels get out to a quick start and build some momentum to begin the game. The other thing you may look for is the Rebels average 13 assists a game. The Mustangs only 9, and both teams with 12 steals per game. So good hands on both sides of the ball. 4 blocks a game for the Mustangs, only 1 for the Lady Rebels. I'm not sure if that's just statisticians, because I know Bray has gotten quite a few down low, but
you spread that out across the whole season. I'm not arguing with that now that you say that. That hasn't been a huge part of our defensive game. So anyway, welcome to senior night. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll get the team lineup and the cheerleading lineup playing. Thank you to all of our sponsors who make this possible. And we'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Hazel Scott, freshman, guard.
My name is Cass Argyle. I'm a senior and I play shooting guard.
I'm Paige Smith. I'm a junior and I play guard.
Corey Stacy. I'm a freshman and I play shooting guard.
I'm Jalen Lutz. I'm a sophomore and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Kira Jolly. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Molly Weston. I'm a sophomore and I'm a point guard.
I'm Ryan Smoot. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Kara Hoffman. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Lacey McKinnon. I'm a sophomore and I play guard.
My name's Dottie Morris. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Brindley Hatch. I'm a senior and I play post.
I'm Lila Taylor. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Emery Thornock. I'm a freshman and I'm a guard.
My name is Ryan Latham. I am a sophomore and I play as a guard.
I'm Brooke Compton. I am a junior and I am a post.
I'm Braylon Pugmire. I'm a sophomore and I'm a post.
Hi, I'm Tess Cornea. I'm a junior and I'm a base.
I am Ashlyn Stevens. I am a junior and I am a flyer.
Hi, I'm Quincy Call. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name's Carly England. I'm a junior and I'm a flyer.
I'm Chaisley Levitt, back spot and sophomore.
Avery Weston, junior, side base.
Hi, I'm Bryn Christensen. I'm a sophomore and a back spot.
I'm Kelsey Heiner. I'm a sophomore and I'm a base.
I'm Myra Carlisle. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name is Jordan Reese. I am a freshman and I am a base.
I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm a senior and I'm a base.
Hi everyone, my name is Camry Call. I'm a senior at Ridge High and I'm a back spot.
I'm Joss Ennis. I'm a senior and I'm a flyer.
All right, you were just listening to the end of the national anthem sung by Della Stringham.
Number 3, Ruthanna Wilson. Number 5, Callie Baird.
So the starting lineup for Manila, number 3, Ruthanna Wilson. Number 2, Sadie Davis. Number 5, Callie Bear. Number 11.
Thanks, ladies. And now for
Number 15, Cameron Slaw.
Rebels. Number 2.
And for the Rebels tonight, on senior night as the lights go down, it's number 2, Kira Jolly. Number 3, Molly Weston. Number 22, Bray Pugmire. Number 31, Cass Argyle.
And number 42, Brindley Hatch.
And number 42, Brindley Hatch. So a little bit different of a lineup than usual, obviously, with senior night. All 3 seniors getting the start tonight. Still definitely a great lineup, and this will be a good one with Manila. Rob is not able to hear me. Say something.
I can hear myself, but I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah,
buddy.
I can hear you. We'll try to get that fixed so Rob can hear what I'm saying. What about now? Now?
Now I can got you. You betcha.
All right, we're in business now. All right, so we are about to go underway with, and Rob, the roster I have does not show a number 11, and there is an 11 out there, so we'll try to figure that out. But the tip is won by Manila, and right away a shot is up, and that was by a Bear, and that was a miss and rebounded, and now going the other way for the Rebels. And Weston with it up top. She gets it to Jolly. Jolly from the left wing. That is no good. Missed and rebounded by Manila going the other way with Slaw bringing the ball up court and getting the ball over to number 2, Sadie Davis. And number 11 for Manila gets the 3, but it rims out. Good shot there, but rimmed out and rebounded by Pugmire. And on the other way, Weston has an open look up top. She takes a pump fake and over to Jolly. Jolly takes a 3. That rims out. Great rebound and put back by Pugmire. Often the bread and butter of this Rebel offense, the putbacks from Pugmire, and she gets one there to put the Rebels up 2 to start things out. And Wilson with the ball up top. She passes to Bear. Bear drives into the key and puts one up. That just rims out. And the ball is tipped away, but into the hands of Weston. Weston looking ahead now, and she's going to go all the way into traffic and misses, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and this time it is in. So the Rebels with an early 4-0 lead on that Weston steal and finish. Slaw with the ball. She passes to Wilson. And Rob, we were talking about how this was such a close matchup the first time that these two teams played each other. And the ball is tipped away and into the hands of Weston. Weston gets it across and finds Hatch in the corner. Back to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right. And she passes over to Jolly on the right wing. And then Jolly back to Weston. Weston now on the left wing. She's going to take an open 3, and that just rims off the front. Rebounded by Manila. And Slaw to bring the ball back up the floor. She gets it up top. Dribbles to her left, goes all the way into the key, and just misses. Rebounded by Jolly, and she passes ahead to Weston, who brings it across half court. And Jolly has it up top, back to Weston. Weston thinks about the 3, pump fakes, gives to Pugmire in the middle. Back to Weston. Weston, another open look for 3, and this time it goes. Rebels now with an early 7-0 lead, and Manila's going to take a timeout as the Rebels able to get things going early with a 7-0 run to start the game. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQFM.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
Welcome back. We are at Lady Rebel basketball here at Rich High School on senior night, and the Rebels off to a 7-0 lead to start things off. Manila with the ball. They get it under, and Manila able to get on the board with a two-pointer from Rathana Wilson. Rebels quickly get back to the other end of the floor. Argyle finds a cutting Jolly. Jolly passes it back to Argyle. Argyle tries to get it inside to Pugmire. A good look there, but tipped away by Manila and out of bounds. So the Rebels will keep possession under their own basket. Jolly to inbound. She looks and finds Pugmire underneath. Manila does collapse down on Pugmire, and so she kicks it back out to Weston, who is up top now. And she'll get it over to Jolly on the right wing. Jolly looking. She passes to Pugmire. Pugmire takes the long two, and that is in. Great mid-range jumper from Bray. That's about as far as a two-pointer as you can get, and she buries it. 9-2 now for the Rebels. Browning drives to the hole, and she is going to travel.
Had to either be a foul or a travel, but Manila's a little confused because the ball's staying there. Going to give the foul too.
So that was a foul on Okay, so the Rebels with the, Manila with the ball underneath. They do inbound. Ball is up. No good, and the putback by Browning is no good. And so the ball is tipped away on the rebound, and Weston finally does get it going the other way. She finds Argyle on the left wing. Argyle passes up to Weston. Weston back to Argyle on the left wing. Argyle a great find as she passes back to Weston, and Molly finishes at the rim. So Molly with a early 7 points here in the game with 4:10 to go. Rebels up 11-2. Wilson with the ball. She passes to Browning. Back to Wilson. Wilson for three, and that is no good. And that'll go out of bounds. Back in to possession of the Rebels. Bray inbounds to Weston, and she brings it across half court and passes to Jolly on the right wing. Jolly gets a screen from Pugmire. She goes the other way and then hits Pugmire on the roll. That is tipped away by Browning on the shot attempt into the hands of Davis, and Davis tries to find her man up ahead, and that is stolen away by Jolly. And she passes to Pugmire, and Pugmire loses it and fouls. I believe she fouls number 3, Rathana Wilson, for the loose ball. And that'll be Bray's first foul of the game.
Third on the Rebels so far.
Once again, 11-2 in favor of the Rebels here on senior night with 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Davis with the ball. She dribbles in and hands to Browning. Browning dribbling to her left. Tries to keep a hold of it, but travels as the ball came loose. And into the game for the Rebels, Paige Smith coming in for Cass Argyle. Pugmire enters the ball into Weston. Weston dribbles to her right and passes to Smith on the right wing. Smith gets a screen from Bray and then hands to Hatch up top. Hatch for three, no good. And that's going to be the second foul on Bray on that rebound off the miss. And so I believe Lacey McKinnon's going to come in for Pugmire after that second foul. So, Rob, you hope that is not going to play a role down the stretch, having Pugmire in foul trouble early on here in the first quarter. So Slaw crosses half court, and Wilson with the ball. She drives in and hands to Browning on the wing. She tries for three. That is no good, but rebounded by Davis. Davis on the baseline has an up and under move, and that is no good. And they're going to say that Davis was out of bounds when trying to get the ball back in. McKinnon enters the ball to Weston. Weston crosses half court and passes to Smith on the wing. Smith dribbles to her left. She's going to pull for three as no one came up to help, and that just rims out. McKinnon, though, gets a rebound, and she tries to put it back up, and that is no good. Rebounded by Wilson going the other way, and she'll give it to a streaking Davis who goes to the hole, and that layup is pinned off the glass by McKinnon. Going the other way now, Weston finds Smith up top. That was a great defensive play by Lacey McKinnon to pin that one off the glass. She now has it on the other end, and she is fouled on the turnaround jumper. And so she'll now go to the line to shoot shoot 2. I was thinking it was Manila's first team foul.
There you go.
That's where the 1 was in my mind.
And the foul goes to Sadie Davis, one of their seniors, and first free throws of the ball game, Bradley.
Lacey's first is up and no good. Into the game for the Rebels, Dottie Morse and Cass Argyle in for Kira Jolly and Brindley Hatch.
And there you go with the bench, Bradley, because you've already got that many subs from the Rebels, but no sub for Manila yet.
McKinnon's foul shot is up and good this time. Rebels up 10 early on in this ball game with 2:18 to go in the first quarter. As Slaw passes over to Browning. Browning to Davis. Davis drives inside and no good. She's able to get to the rim but not able to finish there. As Morse rebounds and hands to Weston. Weston passes it ahead to Argyle on the left wing. Argyle pump fakes and then passes to Morse at the foul line. Morse hands to Smith. Smith drives with her left hand, then kicks it back out to Argyle, and now Weston has it up top once again. 17 on the shot clock. Oh, it's great to have the shot clock back after yesterday, Ralph.
It is.
Weston with the long 2, and that is good. 14-2 now in favor of the Rebels with just under a minute and a half to go here. Manila tries for a 3. They miss it, but a rebound by Browning and put back puts them at 4. 14-4 now in favor of the Rebels. Weston drives to her right, hands to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle finds Smith inside, who is streaking, and she is fouled underneath. And that is the second team foul for Manila, and the Rebels will have it underneath.
First one on Ruthanna Wilson. She's a junior.
McKinnon to inbound. She is looking, finds Smith underneath. Smith kicks it back out to Weston. Weston on the left wing drives and dishes out to Argyle, who finds McKinnon on the right wing. McKinnon now drives and dishes to Morse. Morse puts up the shot, and she is fouled, so she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul's going to be on Oakley Browning, a sophomore. That is her first.
So Morse goes to the line to shoot 2. Her first is up and good. I was just telling someone the other day, I think Dottie Morse's stock continues to go up as the season goes on. She continues to be a great contributor for this varsity squad.
And obviously Coach Lundgren thinks the same thing as she gets more playing time and gets her own rebound on the free throw.
So missed free throw, but Morse gets her own rebound. Weston now for 3 from the top, and that is off the back iron, rebounded by Browning. Browning now heads the other way with Slaw getting it across. Browning has an open 3 from the wing. That is no good. Good closeout defense by Morse, but rebounded by Davis. And Slaw now will take a 3 from the top. That is no good. Good, strong rebound from McKinnon. She definitely did double dribble there, and it was not called as the possession was kept alive as Smith goes to the inside. No good. Rebounded by Davis. Davis gets it across half court. She is stopped by Weston, but she regains the ball and finds Slaw underneath. Slaw, a great pass to Bear, but Bear's 2-point attempt is no good. And that will go out of bounds in favor of the Rebels as Brindley Hatch checks back in for Morse.
Shot clock's turned off. Bradley, only 13.3 seconds left in the first quarter.
In for the Rebels is McKinnon, Weston, Argyle, Hatch, and Smith as Weston brings it across half court with 8 seconds on the clock. Yep, they're going to get her for the carry as she tried to fake to her right and to the left. So that gives the ball back to Manila with 6 seconds to go on the clock.
Possible makeup call on the missed call on Lacey.
Well, I've seen a double dribble and a carry of the last 2 things that happened. So Browning gets the ball inside. She passes it up to Bear. Davis gets it at the 3 line, puts one up, and it is no good. And so the Rebels do a great job containing those players that you mentioned for Manila, keeping them to just 4 points that quarter. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about 3 things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for 2 reasons. 1, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and 2, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Rebels shot 38% in that first quarter, Bradley. The Mustangs 11.
And the Rebels do start with the ball with Weston driving to the hole and able to finish off the screen from, who was that? I'm guessing Hatch. Hatch with a nice screen there. As Manila looking to get things going offensively. Slaw dribbles to her right. She is stopped in the key. Tipped away and into the hands of Smith. Rebels heading the other way now as Smith drives to the hole, not able to finish, but luckily back into the hands of Hatch and to Weston. Weston finds McKinnon. McKinnon, great pump fake and drive, but not able to finish at the hole as Browning gets the rebound. And the Mustangs head in the other direction. And I apologize. Let me get you your scoreboard back up there. I was looking down, Rob. Who was that?
I was looking down too, Bradley. I know it scored. We'll find out on the replay.
So Manila does get a shot up and in. 17-6 now in favor of the Rebels with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Weston drives to the hole, gets underneath too far, not able to finish. Slaw with the rebound. She goes coast to coast and just not able to finish at the rim. Rebounded by Hatch. Heading the other direction now as Weston crosses half court. Dribbles to her right and passes to McKinnon on the left wing. McKinnon dribbles to her right. She goes all the way to the hole and not able to finish there as the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to give that back to Manila.
Looked like there was some contact underneath there, Bradley, but no call made.
They, both ends, they're definitely letting them play tonight for sure. And Slaw gets the ball and she is going to walk it across half court, and she passes over to Davis. Davis back to Slaw in the corner. And Slaw gets it underneath. Good entry pass to Bear, but Bear not able to finish, but gets her own rebound and gets it back out to Slaw. Slaw's three is no good. Rebounded by Morse. She passes it up to Weston. She passes over to Smith on the left wing. Smith drives in and then dishes off to Morse. Morse hands to Jolly, then over to Weston up top. Jolly resets things and has it on the right wing. She gets a pick, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Morse, moving screen.
Callie Bear with that shot just a second ago, Bradley.
So Bear was the one who had the two-pointer. Yep. 17-6 in favor of the Rebels with 5:56 to go in the first half. Lundgren definitely cycling through substitutions, I've noticed, Rob, keeping fresh legs. You got to wonder if that has anything to do with the matchup coming tomorrow. As Davis has it up top, she dribbles into the paint, and she gets – you knew that she was going to start finishing those drives, and she does there with the and one, so she's going to go to the line to shoot one for the three-point play.
And the first foul of the second quarter is going to go to second foul of the quarter is going to go to Dottie Morse.
And she and Hatch will come out of the game.
First free throw attempt for the Mustangs.
So Davis is one. Foul shot is up and good, bringing it to 17-9 as Weston comes across half court and dribbles to her right. Passes to Jolly at the high post. Jolly dishes to Argyle and then back to Weston on the right wing. Rebels working around the perimeter as Weston has it on the left wing. She's going to shoot a three, and that is good. So, Rob, I obviously have inside intel on number 3 for the Rebels, and she was very frustrated yesterday in that game as was not a lot of production from the guard line. She was frustrated with herself and happy to see the bounce back so far in this game. Manila now with the ball, and that's number 20, Gibson, driving to the baseline. She turns and hands to Slaw, and Slaw puts it up and in. So I definitely remember Slaw from volleyball season, a very good volleyball player on that really good Manila volleyball team this year. And McKinnon has it on the left wing now. She dribbles into the paint and kicks it back out to Argyle. Argyle dribbles to her right, hands to Weston. Weston pump fakes and kicks it back out to Argyle. Now McKinnon, she'll try for three, and that is no good, but rebounded by Jolly, and Jolly kicks it back out to Weston. Weston thinks about it. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and that is through the hands of Jolly in the corner and out of bounds. And Smith's going to come out, and Hatch goes in. And it is 20-11 with 4:18 to go in the first half. So Manila chipping away at this lead as Browning goes for three from the corner, and that is good. Pulling her side within 6 now with 4 minutes to go in the half. Jolly has it on the right wing. She's looking, gets it into Hatch. Hatch was collapsed down on from the Manila defense, and they're going to call a foul, and that is on Viviana Gibson. I think that's her first. Yep. So Weston comes out and Smith in. So it's Jolly, McKinnon, Hatch, Smith, and Argyle. Jolly inbounds to McKinnon. McKinnon dribbles to her left, puts a shot up from the paint. That is no good. She tries for her own rebound, and good effort there from Lacey, but that does go out of bounds. I think she saw a black shirt or something over there and passed it, and there was no one there to catch the pass.
It is a blackout tonight, Bradley, for the jerseys and the student section.
Yep, comes with risk when everyone's wearing the same color of jersey you are, I guess, in the crowd. Browning passes it over to Davis. Davis back to Bear, and Browning dribbles to her right, and she tries to get it over to Gibson, and they are going to get a backcourt violation as Weston checks back in for Argyle, I think. Yes. And so
5th turnover on the Mustangs so far.
So still a 6-point game with 3.5 to go in the first half. Weston has it up top. She's going to dribble to her right off the screen from Hatch, and that's going to be taken away from Browning, but out of bounds. And from our angle, we would have called something different, but the ref was standing right there, right. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
That'll make it 5-5 on the turnover ratio, Bradley.
Gibson dribbles to her left, hands to Bear and then to Davis. Davis for three. That is no good. Good rebound there by Jolly. And she's going to bring it up. She passes up ahead to Smith. Smith finds Hatch under the hole. Yep. Hatch is going to get called for a travel underneath. Good fast break potential there, but another turnover for the Rebels. As into the game comes Ruthanna Wilson once again for the Mustangs. Slaw brings it across half court. She passes to Davis, and then Davis to Wilson. Wilson to Browning. Browning gets it back to Wilson underneath. She puts it up, no good. Rebounded by McKinnon. McKinnon passes it ahead to Weston. Weston passes to Hatch. Hatch pump fakes and goes up and in. Great play there from Brindley Hatch as she has a great move to pump fake, go to the hole as she gets fouled and finishes. And so now we are looking at 22-14 for the Rebels with one more foul shot coming up for Hatch.
Fouls on Oakley Browning, her second.
Hatch at the foul line. It is up and no good. Rebounded by Browning. Browning going the other direction. She hands to Slaw. Slaw for three, and that just rims out into the hands of Hatch. And then she passes ahead to Weston. Weston threads the needle to Smith, and Smith gets blocked at the rim by Davis. And going the other way, we have seen two shots pinned off the glass in this girls' game. Not a usual thing, but we've seen two tonight. Davis got her own rebound and put back, and she is fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot two.
And the foul's going to be on Molly, her first.
So Davis is going to go line to shoot 2. Her first is up and good.
She is perfect from the free throw line. Here comes the broadcaster, Jinx Bradley. She's 2 of 2.
And this will make it a 6-point game if she makes it. And there it is, Rob. You are an evil, evil man. You know what you're doing. Rebounded by Smith. She passes it to Weston, then to McKinnon. McKinnon finds Morse, who's cutting to the basket. And there you go. Nice shot by Dottie from the foul line, putting the Rebels back up 9 with 1:55 to go in the first half. Wilson dribbles to her right, hands to Browning. Browning tries to get it inside to Slaw, but that's stolen by Weston. Weston going to the hole, and she will finish. Rebels now up 11 after that finish from Weston. Good finish with Browning right in her face. And now on the other end, Wilson 4-3. That one rims out. Rebounded by Smith. That was a great rebound. And she gets it ahead to Dottie, and Dottie not able to get there in time.
Nice thought, but just a little bit outside on the pass. Going to take a timeout, Bradley.
So timeout from, was that by Manila?
No, from Rich.
From Rich. So timeout, Rich. We'll be back after this. Thank you for tuning in to Lady Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome back. We are here at Rich High School at senior night as the Rebels are up 26-15 over the Manila Mustangs. Manila was chipping back in the lead, but Rebels able to keep the consistent shooting going on their end to keep a 11-point lead right now.
Cut it down to 6 for 1 point.
So Manila with the ball. Davis has on the left wing. She's going to shoot for 3. That is no good. Comes off hard and rebounded by McKinnon. McKinnon had the right idea as Hatch was ahead, but Hatch came back to help, and right in that moment was thrown ahead of her and stolen back from Manila, or by Manila. Slaw has it at the foul line. She's backing down Weston. She passes and is tipped away back in the hands of Slaw, and Slaw with the long jumper. 26-17 now with 50 seconds to go in the half. 30 seconds on the shot clock. So we have about a 16-second difference between game clock and a shot clock. McKinnon, a great pass into Hatch. She put that the only place you could, and Hatch with a great finish. 28-17 now. Rebels are up as Browning has it up top. She passes over to Wilson. Wilson for 3. That rims out and tipped away, and Weston ends up with it. She's now going up ahead, and she will go all the way to the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Davis, and Davis is heading the other direction. She nearly travels, but then tipped out of bounds by Weston. So there's 8.4 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. Rebels up 11. Slaw drives to the basket, tries for the reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Morse, and she's going to get fouled with 1 second to go. Fortunately for Manila, not going to the foul line. I think
going to get the foul to Slaw.
Yep. So 3 fouls apiece for each team as McKinnon looks to inbound. And so that will do it as the Rebels go into the half up 28-17. We've got another half of action coming your way after this, but tune in for our standout student segment at halftime along with our first half highlights. Thank you for tuning in to My Local Radio and 98.3 KDQ FM.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
It's time now for our standout student segment of the week, and I'm super excited to be talking with my niece, Tesla Holmes. Tesla, are you as excited as I am?
Yes, always.
So, Tesla, you are a senior in high school, which, first of all, is that just a weird feeling, or have you been waiting for this for a long time?
I've been kind of waiting for a long time. I've been wanting to graduate since a freshman, so.
Well, did it go by fast?
Yeah, I think so.
So, Tessa, we'll talk a little bit about how school is going, what kind of classes you're taking, and then what are your plans for the future. And so tell us about what your schedule's like. I know that you're doing a lot of college classes and whatnot, so what's your schedule this trimester?
I have all college classes, so I finished most of my high school classes like last year, so now I'm just kind of getting the last 18 credits I need towards my associates, so it's a lot of math and science and sociology and stuff like that.
So you live in the concurrent area is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Awesome. Tesla, I know that just because you're my niece and I'm involved with you and everything, I know that there was a time where there was a chance you could have chosen to go to school in Grace or stay at Rich. What were some of the things that made you want to stay at Rich and have helped you to enjoy your time here?
I think one of the biggest benefits at Rich is the teachers. They're all super individualized towards the students, and they can help you understand. They're willing to take the time out of their day to help the students, where the school I was going to for a minute, they weren't necessarily the same way. And Rich has a lot of great opportunities to get certificates and degrees and stuff like that, where the other school did not. So.
No, that's very true. And at the end of this interview, just a heads up, I'm going to ask you to give a shout out to a teacher who's had a really positive impact on you. So have that in the back of your mind when you mention how great the teachers are. Tesla, what have been some highlights from your senior year so far? You're over halfway done. What are some things that have been really fun this year that have stuck out to you?
I mean, the dances are always super fun. You just get to spend a lot of time with friends and hang out. And I mean, everyone always goes with a date, but it's always a community activity rather than just individual activities. Of course, you can dance with your date, though, but usually they're communal. So
Tesla, talk to me about what you have planned for after high school. Let our listeners into what plans you have and what are some potential things that you have in your future going for you.
So my plan is just to continue to get my degree. I want to major in psychology and eventually get my PhD to become a psychiatrist and just kind of open up my own business and do that. So
that's great. So what draws you to being a psychiatrist and going down that route of mental health?
I really enjoy helping people and just kind of listening to what people have going on in their lives and to kind of dissect problems and see what the solutions are. And I think I'm kind of good at it, so I like to help people learn to be better at it.
So you must be a good listener.
Yeah.
That's a great quality to have. Tess, you've got a close relationship with your brother, and everyone knows Jet and can't miss that bright blonde hair out on the basketball court right now. But what's it been like being able to go to school? Because since you're just a year apart, what's it been like being able to experience high school with your brother?
I love it. We're super different, but I think that's what I love most about it because I kind of get to see both worlds, I guess. He's super out and has all the classes. He likes to go around the school and just talk to everyone, and I'm more shy and stuff, so I kind of like to see both sides of it.
Yep, and that's awesome. Well, Tesla, thanks for taking time out of your busy school schedule to talk about your time at Rich High School. And again, I always end these interviews asking a student to give a shout out to, I know you've had a lot of teachers you've enjoyed, and you can choose any teacher you've had from elementary to high school, but is there a teacher you'd like to give a shout out to?
Miss Brown or Miss Muir, they're probably the ones that I'd like to shout out.
Let me ask you about Miss Brown. There are a lot of students who have given her a shout out, Miss Muir as well. But Mrs. Brown also has the reputation for not having the easiest classes. What made you enjoy that challenge and what it was like to have classes from her?
Well, I think she always encourages you to do hard things, and she makes those hard things seem less hard, and she was super, super good at explaining that you have the potential, whether you think you do or you don't, and just kind of built a lot of kids' confidence in that way.
Awesome. Well, Tesla, thanks for taking time to chat with me again and for that great shout out for both Miss Muir and Mrs. Brown, and wish you the best of luck. I'm glad that you and I are going to be able to stay connected even after you're out of high school, obviously. But for all those listening, I'm sure they wish you the best of luck as well.
Thank you.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
And we welcome you back on an early senior night. At halftime, the Rebels up 28-17 with some first half stats for you with 3 minutes until tip for the second half. The Lady Rebels 10 of 20 from inside the arc for 50% and 2 of 8 from three-point range for 25%, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. And for the Mustangs, 6 of 20 inside the arc and 1 of 15 from three-point land, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. One of the keys to the game we mentioned in the pregame show was rebounds, and the Rebels out-rebounding the Mustangs 25-14. Rebels with 7 offensive boards, and Manila with 6. Lacey McKinnon with 5, and Dottie Morse with 4. For the Mustangs, Sadie Davis has 5 rebounds, and Oakley Browning 5. And as far as points go, for the Lady Rebels, Bray Pugmire with 4 in the first half, Brinley Hatch with 4. Molly Weston is leading the charge with 16. Lacey McKinnon with 1, and Dottie Morse with 3. For the Lady Mustangs, Sadie Davis with 4 points, Ruth Anna Wilson with 2, Kelly Bear with 2, Cameron Slaw with 4, and Oakley Browning with 5. And as far as taking care of the ball, the Lady Mustangs only with 5 turnovers and 8 for the Lady Rebels. So 28-17 is your halftime score. Rich had the lead after the first quarter, 15-4. So they increase that lead. No, they do not. They keep it at 11. So we're going to take a break. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and on the radio 98.3 KVQ.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are...
And we are back, start of the third quarter. And Bradley is making his way. Back to the microphone. And that is Davis underneath for 2 to start the scoring of the second half. Shot missed by the Rebels, and rebound to Callie Bear.
Thank you, Rob, for covering for me. I was out in the hall talking to Coach Hughes about the region tournament, some things we're working out to be able to do the streaming for all the games next weekend. But we are back, 28-19 for the Rebels, and Wilson with the putback to get an early score for Manila. And let me fix our score. It is 28-21 now. So the Rebels with a 7-point lead. Jolly puts one up from the right wing, and that is no good. And tipped away by Jolly as she tries to get her own rebound. That goes out of bounds as Morse and Smith into the game for Jolly and Argyle. 6:38 to go here in the third quarter with the Rebels up 7 as Wilson will take another 3, and that just rims out and rebounded by Pugmire, who is going the other way. She crosses half court, passes to Weston. Weston puts up a 3, and that hits the top of the backboard after the rim, so that will be out of bounds and a ball back to Manila.
That one looked good from my angle, Bradley. I was surprised.
So, Rob, what did I miss in the first minute and a half?
Yeah, not much other than me trying to juggle 4 things at once.
And Browning skips it over to Davis. Davis dribbles to her right and passes to Wilson. Wilson inside to Slaw. Slaw trying to find a way to go. Puts up the hook shot. No good, but rebounded by Manila. Back into the hands of Slaw. And she'll pass to Davis.
And I think the shot clock got reset and was not supposed to get reset because it didn't hit any rim, Bradley.
Yep, I think you're right. Question about the shot clock.
Yep, and now the question is going to be how much time do we put back on the shot clock? And my guess,
because did it catch iron?
I don't think it caught iron, but I think they thought it got iron.
We should have a replay coming up soon, but that's way behind. Okay.
Yep, it's got about a 40-second delay. They're going to put 15 seconds back on the shot clock for the Mustangs.
But it ticks down to 12. The shot clock down to 12. As Slaw takes a 3, and that is no good. Rebounded by Pugmire, and she gets it across half court. Hands to Weston. Weston from the left wing pump fakes and dribbles to her right and hands to McKinnon. McKinnon up top, passes to Weston. Weston 4-3, and that is no good. Rebounded by Smith. She kicks out to McKinnon. McKinnon tries for 3. That is good. Big 3 for McKinnon, putting the Rebels up 10, 31-21, with 5:23 to go in the third. Shot is put up from the baseline by Manila. Nearly rebounded, offensive rebound for Manila, but McKinnon comes up with it, passes ahead to Smith. Back to McKinnon. McKinnon dribbles into the inside. That is no good as Bray Pugmire tries to get the rebound, and it'll go out of bounds. And so Rebels with the ball, Manila with the ball now as it is inbounded, and Slaw brings it across half court. Skip passes over to Wilson. Wilson with the up and under move, no good. Rebounded by Morse. And
actually, that was Bear.
Bear on the shot.
Yep.
As Weston passes it to Smith up top. Smith back to Weston. Weston gets it to Smith. Smith for 3 from corner, no good. And Manila going the other way. That is rebounded by Wilson. And she passes to Slaw on the wing. Slaw pump fakes, goes into the paint, and she will kick it back out to Wilson. Wilson to Browning. Browning drives baseline but bounces it off her own leg. And now back into the hands of the Rebels. And Weston brings it across half court, and she passes to Smith on the right wing, back to Weston, and then to McKinnon on the left wing. Weston pass to McKinnon. McKinnon for three, and that is good once again. So, Rob, I got to make note of it. You got to be excited for the future of Lady Rebel basketball as we've got 4 sophomores and a junior on the floor right now.
Ball is tipped out. Looks like they're going to stay with the Mustangs after the miss.
And Manila to inbound. Slaw has it in the corner. She dribbles into the key and puts up a shot, and that is no good. So she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
And they're going to get Molly Weston on the push. That is her second. Only the first team foul on the Lady Rebels.
First foul of the quarter.
Yeah, first foul of the quarter. Going to send Slaw to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Slaw's up and good. Ice in her veins is
yeah. The student section is giving her a little bit of harassment.
Her second is up and good. 34-23 now as the Rebels take it the other way. Weston up top, pass it back to Smith. Smith to Weston, then to McKinnon. McKinnon back to Weston. Weston finds Smith. Smith for 3, and that is good. Lady Rebels with the hot hand, Rob, this half.
3 threes in a row, Bradley.
37-23 for the Rebels. As you say, Rob, 3 back-to-back threes. And we'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM. And it is now time for our Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Thank you to Bear Lake Realty, Gary McKee and his team there. If you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, which is such an awesome place to go, if you want a place to stay there and to rent out or to have a second home, reach out to Gary McKee and his team at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888. And so, Rob, let's talk about what we've got going here in this game. Rebels up 14, a little under midway through the third quarter. So who are those 3 back-to-back threes from?
You got 2 from Lacey McKinnon and 1 from one from Paige Smith.
And I gotta imagine you add on Molly's 2 threes, quite a few threes for the Rebels today so far.
Yeah, you were gone, but Molly has 16 in the first half.
So Slaw brings it across half court. She passes to Davis on the left wing. They try to get it back into Davis, but that is stolen away from Argyle. And she takes it across half court. She's going to kick it over to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right. Passes underneath, over to the left wing to Argyle. Argyle goes off the screen. She's going to try for 3. That is no good. Nearly rebounded by Pugmire. There is a scrum for the ball between Slaw and Smith. And finally it ends up into the hands of Wilson. And Slaw will get it across half court. She dribbles to her right. She kicks it back up to... That was to Bear, and that was a 3 that was no good, off the front iron and out of bounds. And so the Rebels get possession back, going the other way. Weston brings it across half court. She dribbles to her right and passes to Argyle. Argyle back inside to Pugmire. That was a beautiful play there as they were patiently throwing the ball around and find Pugmire in the inside. Slaw passes it to Wilson. Wilson to Davis. Davis up top to Gibson. Gibson feeds Wilson to the inside. Her shot is up and no good. And Pugmire with the rebound going the other way. Smith gets the rebound, puts it back up off the miss. She is fouled and she's going to line to shoot 2.
Nice offensive board by Paige. Foul is going to go against Viviana Gibson. And Paige's first free throws of the ball game.
And Smith's first is up and good.
Uses every bit of the rim on that one. Trying to get some wrestling results, Bradley. The boys are having an opening round at the state tournament down in Richfield. The girls do not start until tomorrow.
The boys are being a little secretive, huh?
Well,
no results yet.
Having a little difficulty to do multitask, not one of my strong suits.
Yeah, as you're doing the camera and the stats and talking, I tell you what. Rebels now at 41-23 after those two made foul shots from Smith. Manila working it around the perimeter as Slaw puts one up from the right wing, and that was rebounded by Bear, but then stolen away from Weston. As she's guarded by Bear, she crosses the timeline, gets past Bear, goes to the hoop, and that is blocked by Davis and back into the hands of Bear. She finds Slaw down underneath, and Slaw tries to find Davis underneath, and that goes out of bounds. Sadie Davis, I believe, is the sister of Tuck Davis, a great Manila player just a few years ago. Pugmire has at the top of the key. Great find as she finds Paige Smith cutting to the rim, and Paige able to finish. Davis has the ball, but she goes down and is fouled, and so that will be Rich's second team foul. And that was given to Bray, so that's her third personal.
Surprised they didn't take her out for the last minute of the quarter, Bradley, but.
Well, I'm hoping the Rebels can keep building on this lead and give some starters a rest in preparation for tomorrow, as we have a minute to go in the third. Hatch has it underneath. She kicks it out to Weston. Weston pump fakes and then makes the extra pass to Smith, and her three is no good. I do like that the Rebels are making that extra pass, Rob, to find that very open person on the perimeter. There's been a lot of that tonight. As Wilson goes to the hole, and she's fouled by Weston. That's Weston's third as well. And so Wilson's going to go to the line to shoot two. Her first is up and good. So Weston's going to take a rest and stay out of getting that fourth foul before the fourth quarter. Hopefully Bray does the same. Wilson's shot is up and also good.
Nice
43-25. Those were nice foul shots.
Nice free throw shooting by the Mustangs all game so far. Only one miss.
Smith crosses the timeline, passes to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle gets a screen from Hatch. She dribbles into the paint, and she's going to get called with the travel.
That's not a Euro step, Bradley?
Yeah, I thought they called that a Euro step now. If we were at Staples Arena or whatever the heck they call it now, that would have been a Euro step. Slaw passes half court. She passes over to Bear. Bear finds Slaw for three, and that is no good, but rebounded by Wilson. Wilson, nice drive into the hole, and she dishes off to Bear. Bear shot is no good. Fight for the rebound between Pugmire and Davis, and it ends up finally into the hands of Jolly, and Jolly in her pass to Smith. That gets kicked by Davis, so the Rebels will keep possession with 6.4 seconds to go in the third quarter.
A little volleyball going on there.
That was
trying to get a rebound.
True. Jolly enters it into Argyle. Argyle up ahead to Pugmire. Pugmire takes a long two at the buzzer, and that is no good, and that will conclude the end of the third quarter. Rebels up 43-25 going into the final quarter of this game. We'll be back after this. Thanks for tuning in to mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KDQ FM.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
We are back here at the start of the fourth quarter. Your Lady Rebels up 43-25. And 8 new minutes on the clock. Rob, I want to make note of, it's interesting, the Manila-Rich connection. There's a handful of Manila alumni who live in Rich County now who have become integrated into our society over here, and we've tried to make them Rebel fans.
I think we're doing a pretty good job, Bradley.
That's
but it's hard to break those family ties.
That's right. As Weston dribbles to the left and gives to Pugmire up top. Pugmire hands to Weston. Weston tries to get it over to Smith. Smith does a great job keeping it alive as that almost goes out of bounds. She hands to Jolly. Jolly back up top to Weston. And Weston to Jolly. 10 seconds on the shot clock. As Pugmire has it on the high post, she hands to Jolly. Jolly, 4 seconds up. She tries to get it to Pugmire, but that's stolen away by Davis. And pass ahead to Bear. And Bear puts it up and good. So some life out of Manila with that three. And that was Wilson, Ruthana Wilson, with that three. So Weston pump fakes, passes over to Jolly. Jolly now with the open three. She puts one up from the right wing, and that is no good. Rebounded by Slaw and passed ahead to Wilson. Wilson, a great job stopping short to get under the basket, but not able to finish as Jolly tries to pass it ahead to Weston, but that's tipped away by Wilson. Jolly inbounds to Weston as Weston walks it across half court. She passes to Smith on the left wing. Smith over to Hatch. Hatch, a great find to Pugmire underneath. I'm telling you, the high-low this year has been just awesome, and those girls are looking for it every time. Rebels now at 45-28 as Davis tries to get it on the baseline, pass it to Browning, but that is stolen by Hatch. She gets it ahead to Weston and then to Smith. Weston gets it to Jolly. Jolly for the three, and that is no good. Rebounded by Bear, and Bear gets it across half court. Passes to Slaw from the left wing. Slaw pump fakes and drives and not able to finish, and Bear is there for the rebound but goes out of bounds. Yeah, I want to publicly apologize to both the parents of Callie Bear and Ruthana Wilson. I've been mixing them up all night long. So Weston passes over to Smith on the right wing. Smith gets a screen from Pugmire and will get it to Hatch up top and then back to Weston on the left wing. Weston thinks about it and passes over to Pugmire up top. Pugmire over to Jolly. Jolly takes a step in for the two-pointer, and that is no good. Browning with the rebound, and she gets it ahead to Bear. Bear being guarded by Smith. She passes it ahead to Browning. Browning to Slaw. Slaw for three, and that is good. She's had a few of them tonight, I believe. 45-31 now as Manila trying to chip away at this lead. As ball is passed into Hatch, and it is tipped away by Manila, so Rich will keep the ball as Argyle checks in for Jolly. Pugmire tries to inbound it into Hatch. I'm okay with that because now it'll be under the basket as that is tipped away underneath. Smith the inbounder. She looks, trying to get to Pugmire, but she'll kick it up top to Hatch. That goes through her hands, into the hands of Browning. Weston there. Great defense from Molly as she tips it away to prevent a full steal from happening, and then she is fouled by Browning, and so it'll go the other way now.
That's Browning's third foul, only the first of the quarter for the Mustangs.
Rebels again up 45-31 with 5:07 to go in the game. Weston walks it across half court and passes it to Smith on the right wing. And Smith passes it to Pugmire up top. Pugmire for three, and that goes off the front iron. Hatch, a great effort to keep it alive, and she does, as Smith then gets the rebound and passes it up top to Argyle, and Argyle hits from three. So the senior gets a three on senior night, giving her side a 17-point lead now with just under 5 minutes to go in the game. Wilson passes over to Slaw. Slaw skips it to Wilson. Wilson dribbles into the key, but that is tipped away and into the hands of Argyle. Argyle's going to back it out and hand to Smith. Smith dribbles to her right now. Gets it inside to Pugmire. Pugmire over to Weston on the right wing. Weston feeds it into Pugmire. Pugmire turns. She's going to kick that back out to Argyle, who passes to Hatch. Hatch, the pump fake, goes baseline. Stopped by Browning, so she'll kick it back out. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Weston gets it inside to Pugmire again. Not able to finish, but gets her own rebound, resets the shot clock. Argyle for another 3, and that is no good. But rebounded by Smith, and there's going to be an over-the-back call, and that is going to give Browning her 4th foul, I believe.
3rd offensive board for Page in the ball game.
She's been a great rebounder all year long, especially offensive rebounds, as Pugmire has a nice entry pass to Smith as she flashes to the hoop. Rebels now at 50-31. Davis has it on the left wing. She pump fakes and drives and hands to Slaw, and they're going to get a timeout for Manila with 3:38 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll go to a quick break. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
To you as fast as I can.
We are back here in the 4th quarter as the Rebels take on Manila and find themselves up 50-31 with 3:38 to go in the game. Manila taking a timeout to make some adjustments here as they do have the ball underneath. The ball is inbounded to Davis and handed back to Bear. And Bear is fouled by...
They're going to give it to Bray. That's her 4th with 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game as Coach Lundgren looks to his assistants.
I saw like 3 other players there.
Yeah.
Ball is inbounded to Davis. Davis goes up, blocked by Pugmire, and then she gets the putback, the no-look hook shot, Rob, and she's able to finish, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1.
And kudos to Bray for not backing down. She blocks the first shot.
Yep.
And Davis grabs her own rebound and puts it back up. The foul's going to go to Brindley, her 2nd.
And Davis's foul shot is up and no good, but rebounded by Manila and put back, this time missed and rebounded by Weston as she takes it the other way. And she's on the left wing now. Dribbles it to center court. Passes it back to Argyle on the left wing. Argyle gets a screen from Pugmire and an open 3, and that is no good. Rebounded by Davis, going the other way. And Davis tries to enter it in to Wilson, and that is tipped away. But Pugmire's trying to get the jump ball with her feet, doing everything she can, and they're going to get a jump ball here.
And possession arrow stays with the Mustangs.
So honest question, Manila wasn't happy. The Manila fans weren't happy that Bray was trying to get the jump ball with her feet. Can you not do that? I've never heard you can't, but...
Little soccer move.
Oh, no. Someone can text me and tell me if that's against the rules or not. But Manila does get the ball after the jump ball.
And a nice foul from senior Kara Jolly. I believe that's her 2nd, 3rd foul on the Rebels in the quarter.
So inbound. Davis gets the ball on the inbound. She gets it right back to Bear, and that is a miss and rebounded by Hatch up to Weston. Weston to Argyle. And then Argyle immediately finds Pugmire, but she's not able to finish. A great find there for Cass. And a foul by the Rebels. Who are they going to give that foul to? Brindley. So Brindley's 3rd foul. So a little bit more fouling from the Lady Rebels than usual, as most have 3 or 4 fouls here down the stretch. As Slaw dribbles to her right and passes to Browning. Browning pump fakes and goes to the hoop. And a nice finish for Oakley Browning. As Weston now going the other way. And she passes to her left to Jolly. Jolly off the screen, passes to Argyle. Argyle looking inside to Pugmire, and she hands to Hatch. Hatch drives in and then gets it to Pugmire, I don't know if you noticed there, Rob, but initially Pugmire waved her off and told her to dribble in, and that was a perfect play. She ended up getting it anyway. Bear with the ball. She passes to the baseline to Wilson. Wilson dribbles to her right, and she gets blocked there by Pugmire, and Pugmire gets it ahead to Weston, and Weston back ahead to Pugmire. Paige Smith into the game for the Rebels.
The student section's already singing, I believe we have one, and there's still a minute and 45 left in the game.
Yeah,
Bradley.
they've just run out of ideas over there.
Well, there's no cheerleaders to help them out. They're all down to state wrestling.
That's exactly true. See what happens when the cheerleaders aren't here, when they have two cheers that we know. Jolly looks to inbound. She gets it into Smith. Smith kicks back out to Bray. Bray, the long two, and that is good. Bray's had a couple of long two-pointers today.
Pretty shot.
54-35 with a minute 40 to go in this game as Slaw takes a three. That is no good. Initially rebounded by Wilson as she was falling back, but ends up in the hands of Pugmire. Pugmire passes to Smith, and Smith brings it across half court. Smith dribbles to her left, and she goes up and is fouled, I believe, by Davis, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Paige perfect from the free throw line tonight, 2 for 2. All right, you ready, Bradley?
Yep.
Scotty Wakefield.
Oh, you got some wrestling highlights for us? Sweet.
Hudson Perry, Wilkes Weston, Boston Jolly, Jordan Johnson, and Bailey Weston beat a guy named Bai. They're all winners so far in the first round. Unfortunately, Traxon Chandler, Riker Kirk, Tag Stewart, Jackson Jolly, and Jasper Johnson lose that first match.
And missed foul shot, but put back up by Bray Pugmire. So, yeah, we'll keep everyone updated on wrestling as the weekend goes on. But as you just heard, a handful of rich wrestlers. I believe that puts them in the semifinals, right? All the names you just mentioned. And so, missed shot, rebounded by Jolly. And just a reminder for everyone, the boys' game is coming up next. Right after this, we'll finish up a post-game show for the Lady Rebels and then have the pregame show for the boys as they look to take on Manila. And we are pretty much right on schedule as tip-off is scheduled for about 15 minutes. Argyle with the three attempt. That is no good, and rebounded by Browning with 30 seconds left on the clock in this game as Manila takes it ahead. Slaw with the ball. She passes over to Davis. Davis goes through traffic and not able to finish as Pugmire gets the rebound. Going the other way is Smith. Shot clock is off. Rebels can just dribble this thing out with 10 seconds to go, and they will get a win on senior night. As Pugmire has it on the baseline, she passes up top to Jolly. Jolly's just going to hold it with 1 second to go, and that is it. I'm not going to say final game on this floor for the Rebels because that would not be true, as Lady Rebels will take on the Lady Tigers of Tabiona tomorrow here at Rich High School. So your final score here is 56-35 in favor of the Rebels. We'll be back with a post-game show after this. Stay with us online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankum serves patients of all ages. Call today and schedule dental appointments for your family. Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
We are back, and it is time for the Independent Software Solutions post-game show. And Rob, give us a recap of that second half for the Lady Rebels.
Now, our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, Bradley. Lady Rebels up by 11 at the end of the first and had the same lead at the end of the second at halftime. After this game was tied last time these two met back in December, the Lady Rebels extend the lead 43-25 after the third quarter and wrap it up 56-35. And I would say the three-point shooting of the Lady Rebels in the start of that second half was key. So we will give the play of the game to Lacey McKinnon, who hits back-to-back three-pointers to start the third quarter to push the lead for the Lady Rebels. And player of the game, I would say Molly Weston with 16 points in that first half, including 2 threes. She had 4 rebounds in the game as well, but the tone was set early by her. She had 12 in the first quarter and then added 8 more in the second. And the Lady Rebels had a pretty good lead to build on at that point.
And thank you for tuning in. That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and Precision Play of the Game. And Precision Play of the Game brought to you by D. McKay Frankham, and the Player of the Game brought to you by the Crawford Trough. So we are going to transition now into the pregame show for the boys, and we'll go straight to my interview earlier this week with Coach Lex Cornea.
Coach, we're back. We talked about last week, and now you've got arguably would you say this is the toughest week? I know in mid-December when we had that 3-game stretch, that was a very tough one as well. But yeah, this week we've got Big Piney Thursday, followed by Manila and Tabiona. So let's start with Big Piney. We'll talk about them briefly. I'm friends with the head coach of Thermopolis, who's having an awesome year. And he and I were talking about Big Piney, and he also agrees that they're a good team. And we saw Matt Kemmer. What are your thoughts going into this one?
Well, they're so balanced this year. You know, last year they had the Stoutenberg kid, and he was a phenomenal talent. And, you know, the other kids just I think we all just kind of sat back and watched this really talented kid make incredible individual plays. This year, though, they've got 5 just really balanced players that can all make plays. The ball is spread around, and they've got good size and just tough guards that have been playing for a long time. And, you know, we beat them at the Kemmer tournament, and these games don't really matter for Wyoming teams. The only thing that factors into state is their conference games and their regional tournament. But, you know, we've been playing Big Piney forever, since middle school, and I know they've got it circled. Even if their coach is telling them to focus on Thermopolis, who they play the next day, I know those kids are going to circle Rich, and they can't wait to get another crack at us.
Coach, the next day, your friend Coach Hughes and Manila will be come to town. They've had a tough season, and what do you look at with Manila to be able to get kind of the train back on the tracks for them to finish the season off?
Well, I think they righted it last week in a big way when they beat Wendover at home. They've had a less than stellar year, and I'm sure that Coach Hughes would talk about that. They've dropped, I think they had 5 straight losses that were within 3 points. But like I said, some of those losses, they just come from the ball bounce in a funny way at the end, and you end up coming up short, and they just happen to have more of those than what they're used to. But I think a win last week is going to give them a lot of confidence, and they played us very tough on their home floor.
Yes, they did.
You know, that was one of their better games of the year, and they took us right to the end. That game wasn't decided until about the last 45 seconds, and I think they believe they can do it again. And, you know, one thing about Manila, they're not afraid to come in our gym, and neither is Tabby. They've had big wins here. You don't really have that kind of aura of, oh, hey, Rich is number one, and we're going to their place. Manila goes, we've been going to their place for years. We know what it is, and we play well there. So I think Manila is putting things together at the right time.
And let's transition to Tabiona. I want to do a blast from the past. Let's go back a year. Probably one of the craziest games I've seen in that gym with that comeback. How much were we down against? Were we down 12 with just a couple minutes to go and we're able to come back and beat Tabiona?
I believe we were down 12 with 5 minutes and kind of went on a tear like we did at their place. I mean, both of those games we're talking about, you know, last year here and then our game out there a couple weeks ago. I mean, both of those games began with Rich being in big deficits. They can play. Bryson Fabrizio and Gavin Rhodes and Giles Kidd in the corner, they have everything they need. Again, like I said earlier, they are not afraid of this gym. You know, they've been playing here since I played here and earlier. So nothing's really going to take them by surprise. And also, they're really scrapping to climb the table. You know, right now they're at 5th, but Green River is right behind them, knocking on the door, and they're not that far from Milford and being able to climb to a 4 seed, which these are games that matter. And I'm sure Coach Giants is prepping them, and they're smart kids. They know what's at stake. We're going to see a very good performance by them, and we're going to have to be ready.
Tune in for our final segment in the next game with Coach Corney, and we'll be back after.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back. We are in our pregame show for the boys varsity game, Rich versus Manila. And Rob, do you have some keys to the game for us as we are just 2 minutes away from tip-off?
Well, again, the Rebels and the Mustangs matched up on the 28th of December. Rebels come away with a 60-53 win thanks to a strong first quarter start and hitting some free throws down the stretch. This one doesn't look as good on paper as the ball game was back in December, but I would say keys to the game, it's got to be the 3-ball. Carter Scott with 55 made threes, including 5 last night against the Big Piney Punchers. Ridge Lundgren with 36, including 6 last night, and Drake Weston with 30. For Manila, Wyatt Muir's got 39, and Bracken Lales got 22. Tegan Goodman 12, and Ben Lale 11. So obviously the advantage to the Rebels, and that is a huge part of their offense. I'd say second key, Bradley, foul trouble and free throws. If the Rebels get into some foul trouble, that could be not very good. And I would say the third key, the tempo of the game. The Rebels do like to run, and they seem to be good in transition. So if the fast-paced game, I think that favors the Rebels.
And that is your keys to the game. And thank you for tuning in. We've got a good one coming here. We'll go to the team intro for the boys, and then we'll be ready to go here on senior night.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus. I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Dylan Fonsbeck. I'm a junior, and I play forward.
I'm Carter Scott. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Carter Grohl, junior, forward.
Cade Nelson, junior, forward.
Bridge Lundgren. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Dylan Wasden, junior, forward.
My name is Jet Holmes. I'm a junior, and I play point guard.
My name is Riker Hoffman. I'm a shooting guard, and I'm a senior.
Carter Hoffman, shooting guard, senior.
Drake Weston, senior, guard.
Daniel Smith, senior, forward.
Dax Jolly, small forward, freshman.
Connor Creel, I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Wyatt O'Malley, I'm a freshman, and I'm a guard.
Wyatt Tingy, freshman, guard.
Bodie O'Malley, sophomore, center.
My name is Nash Perry, and I am a freshman, and I play guard.
I'm Valen Cornia, I'm a freshman, and I play guard.
Hunter Cordia, I'm a freshman, and I play center.
Connor Argyle, I'm a freshman, and I'm a center.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior.
So, Rob, as we've said already a few times tonight, it is senior night for both the girls and boys. So maybe go through our senior boys basketball players and manager.
There you go. Talon Pace, the first one out on the floor, son of Cullen and Shea Pace. I would not be surprised if Cullen is off ref in a basketball game somewhere as we speak.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy like that.
Riker Hoffman taking the R logo in the center of the court, son of Chansey and Jennifer Hoffman. Daniel Smith, son of Dallin and Jana Smith. And Drake Weston, son of Cole and Emily Weston, and nephew of the voice of the Rebels, Bradley Holmes. And last but not least, Carter Hoffman, son of TJ and Mindy Hoffman. And the boys are leaning a little bit to the left there on the court. And Travis Eborn was teasing the young men about the length of their messages to their coaches, as looks like Talon and Daniel are starting to make their way to try to give a little bit of message. But, hey, men are few words, but they shorten their actions. I know these guys respect and appreciate their coaches a great deal. Hey, it looks like Drake's going to get the microphone. But a couple other things about this matchup, Bradley. Wyatt Muir for the Mustangs, averaging 16 points a game, and he's the one that I think the Rebels need to keep an eye on. You've also got Goodman, who's a junior. He's scoring an average of 11, but he's also got 7 boards a game. So those are the two keys, I would say. If you can hold down Muir on his offense and maybe limit Goodman on the boards, bodes well for the Rebels.
Well, thank you, Rob. And just to make note, we'll see. I don't know. Sometimes it's not updated in real time, but a big region matchup going on down in Eureka tonight between Tabiona and Tintic. So be cool if we could get some updates to that. You got friends in Eureka, don't you?
I do not.
I have Coach Gines' number, but I probably shouldn't text him for updates during that game.
Yeah, probably not the one you want to contact at this point. But let's mention one more time, Bradley, just in case people are just tuning into the boys' game and did not stay for the girls' game.
Look how many seniors Manila has.
Oh, yeah. This is a senior-laden team, and they're going to be struggling next year when those players are gone.
That's how we're going to be next year. We're going to have a lot of seniors next year.
Scotty Wakefield, Hudson Perry, Wilkes Weston, Boston Jolly, Jordan Johnson, and Bailey Weston with a win in the first round. Bailey's over a guy by the name of Bai. They're going to give him another 4 minutes to warm up, Bradley. There you go.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Traxon Chandler, Riker Kirk, Tag Stewart, Jackson Jolly, and Jasper Johnson with losses in that first round. And I have reached out to the parents and have not heard a response. I believe that's all the boys are going to wrestle this first night, and the girls do not start until tomorrow. But, yeah, Bradley, senior-laden team from Manila for sure.
And thank you for that pregame show, Rob, and those key points. We're going to go to a quick break. As we say, we've got just over 3 minutes to go until tip-off following the senior night introductions. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Hi, I'm Tess Cornea. I'm a junior and I'm a base.
I am Ashlyn Stevens. I am a junior and I am a flyer.
Hi, I'm Quincy Call. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name's Carly England. I'm a junior and I'm a flyer.
I'm Chaisley Levitt, back spot and sophomore.
Avery Weston, junior, side base.
Hi, I'm Bryn Christensen. I'm a sophomore and a back spot.
I'm Kelsey Heiner. I'm a sophomore and I'm a base.
I'm Myra Carlisle. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name is Jordan Reese. I am a freshman and I am a base.
I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm a senior and I'm a base.
Hi everyone, my name is Camry Call. I'm a senior at Ridge High and I'm a back spot.
I'm Joss Ennis. I'm a senior and I'm a flyer.
We are back in just 1 minute away from action here as the Rich Rebels take on the Rich Rebels. And as I said before, I was able to talk to Coach Hughes out in the hall a little bit during halftime of the girls' game. As you know, we talked way too long because I wasn't here for the opening of the second half, but super good guy. I remember his playing days here when Manila would play Rich. So he is a Manila alumni, just as Lex is a Rich High alumni. But he does a great job, and it's been a very up-and-down season for him so far. They've certainly got talent, especially the name that I always hear amongst the boys is Wyatt Muir. He's a standout for Manila. We'll be calling his name a lot tonight, but a big game for the Rebels.
Yeah, Manila 8-11, but much better than their record shows. They
correct.
Lost a close one at Tabby last week as well.
So we're going to start with the starting lineup for Manila with number 0, Wyatt Muir. Number 1, Teague Goodman.
Number 2, Ben Lale.
Number 2, Ben Lale.
Number 3, Bracken Lale.
Number 3, his twin, Bracken Lale.
Number 4, Brody Byrne.
And number 4, Brody Byrne. Okay, I'll tell you what, though. Manila will beat us in one thing, absolutely, and that is hair.
Hair,
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they have the hair that our boys did during football season, so.
And I don't know. I saw some new hairstyles on the bench for the Rebel team, Bradley. So let's wait when the lights come back on.
That's right. So Rob, my favorite intro song playing right now, if you can hear it through the radio. Trivia question. So this is the Chicago Bulls theme song. Do you know what band created this?
Next we have number 4.
Is it Boston?
Nope. It is like in that era, though, I believe.
ELO.
Alan Parsons.
Oh,
Project.
That's true. That is correct.
Yep. So for the Rebels, I'm trying not to get. I'm not one to get emotional, but seeing my nephew Drake be called out for one of the final times, it's been a fun year for our family to watch him. And so for the Rebels, the starting lineup: 23 Carter Hoffman, 12 Ridge Lundgren, 5 Drake Weston, 4 Daniel Smith, and 2 Riker Hoffman. I believe I got them all correct.
You did. So you got Ridge and the 4 seniors. And now you're going to have a little smoke problem because the smoke machine actually worked this time. It didn't work for the girls.
Oh, were they trying to work? Oh, man.
It did fog up the hallway pretty good, though.
Dang it. Maybe
I was
worried
tomorrow. My pager may go off because I'm one of the smoke detectors. We're going to get set off. And you can see the fathead in the stands of Coach Cornea.
I mean, that's just priceless.
I think it cost him probably $15, actually.
I think one of our sponsors prints those, right?
Yes, West Star Printing.
Yeah. So Weston gets the ball and passes to Lundgren. Lundgren skips it over to Hoffman. Hoffman passes over to Weston up top. Weston to Lundgren. Lundgren for 3, and that is off the mark and rebounded by Goodman. And he'll get it over to Muir, and Muir crosses half court. And Lale drives to the hole, gets it to his brother underneath, and the Rebels are there to collapse down on him and tip the ball away. And Weston with the ball passes over to Lundgren. Lundgren passes over to Hoffman up top. I want to make note, Rob, a kind of a cool person in attendance. Ridge Lundgren plays AAU ball, and his coach, Jalen Moore, in the house tonight, a great player at Utah State. Him and his dad are here tonight. And Hoffman gets the ball and goes inside. Rob, is it fun to have Carter Hoffman back or what?
It is. He's playing more like his old self, that's for sure.
And he gets the first points on the board for the Rebels. 2-0 with 6:44 to go in the first. Great block by Lundgren as Hoffman gets it ahead to Weston. Weston for 3, and that just rims out. Rebounded by Goodman. Muir dribbles into the key, and he will be fouled. So I always look at, Rob, I always look at Wyatt Muir, and I'm thinking, man, he would have been a good football player. He's got the build for it, the physicality for it. I mean, apologies to everyone. Due to some circumstances, we weren't able to go out to Manila to stream it, but I know that it was a very physical game out there between the Rebels and Manila. And so Manila with the early lead, 3-2. Hoffman passes to Weston. Weston on the left wing. He's going to dribble to his right. Passes back to Hoffman. Manila in a zone defense as Lundgren shoots for 3, and that is no good. But back into the hands of Lundgren. He is fouled, and before he can get to the basket, they're going to call that on the ground. So that was on Brody. Nope, excuse me. Yeah, Brody Byrne, excuse me.
Lundgren could not get the inbounds pass in, so he tries the old bounce it off a other player, and he got the ball back, but unfortunately he's not able to get possession of it. Ties it up. Possession arrow the other way.
We haven't had a team so far this year that their starting lineup's number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope.
That's a really important stat for our viewers at home. I just wanted to make note of that. And the ball gets away and into the hands of Weston. He quickly gets it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman does a great job to draw that foul and get the contact, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul's going to go against Brody. That is his second, Bradley, in the first couple minutes. So we'll see.
Yeah, who's coming off the bench.
The boys' bench is a lot like the girls. It is not very deep.
Hoffman's first foul shot is up and good to tie this one up at 3. Hoffman's second is up and rims in. So Carter Hoffman with the first 4 points of the game for the Rebels. Muir brings it across half court, looks to his right, gets it over to Lale. Lale to his brother up top. Lale looking to the inside to Goodman. They'll kick it back out to Muir. 16 on the shot clock. Lale has it up top. And he kicks it to Muir, and Muir tries to get it, and a real scrum on the ground there. Yep, Rob, this is going to be a very physical game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
I'm surprised I did not hear a whistle on that one, but it's going to be considered a turnover on the Mustangs. As
yeah, Muir took a shot to the face in that scramble for the ball. But again, he's a football player.
There you go.
I told you.
34 into the ball game for the Mustangs. Bradley, I do not see him on my stat sheet. Who do you got?
I don't have a 34. We'll have to figure out who that is. We've got the Manila Faithful right in front of us, so we'll figure that out at a break. Lundgren with the ball. He skips it over to Smith, and Smith's going to be fouled by Goodman at the baseline, and that will be on the ground, so the Rebels will look to inbound here.
Third team foul on the Mustangs in the quarter.
Ridge to inbound. He is looking, finds Weston in the corner, open for three. No good. Rebounded by Muir. He quickly gets it ahead. Great pass. And Carter Hoffman gets there with the block. And that is a great block. He avoids any body contact and saves a 2-point layup. And Manila still has the ball underneath, but a great effort there to stop that transition layup. Muir to inbound. He gets it back in the corner after the inbound. Guarded by Riker Hoffman. He goes baseline. Great help there from Carter Hoffman again. Rips it away. And he passes it away to Ridge Lundgren. Hoffman pump fakes, drives baseline. Tries to get it up. No call there. And Riker Hoffman gets the rebound and putback. And so now it is 6-3 in favor of the Rebels. We're going to go to timeout. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
We are back. Rebels up 6-3, and after that Riker Hoffman layup, Manila with the ball on the Rebels end of the court, and Muir will look to bring the ball up. And take note, Rob, Brody Byrne back into the ball game with 2 fouls, correct?
Yep. And again, their bench is not that deep, so.
Byrne drives but kicks back out to Lyle. Lyle. I might have to switch to first names. Lyle. I might have to switch to first names for them. Lyle has the ball, being guarded by Weston on the wing. Dribbles to his left. Pump fakes, has to give that one back up to number 34. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And great defense for the Rebels.
That is the 5th turnover on the Mustangs in the first quarter, Bradley.
You got to give credit to the student body on that one. It was hard to hear Manila's coaching staff telling him to put the shot up. And the Rebels get the ball back, up 3 with 3:48 to go in the first. Lundgren has it up top, passes to Hoffman. Hoffman into Smith. Smith kicks it back out to Weston. Weston for 3, no good. And Hoffman with a good rebound, but tipped away by Byrne and into the hands of Muir as he walks it across. Passes over to Lell, tries to get into Byrne.
He's on the baseline.
Lell, you said, right?
Yep.
I said that right?
We'll find out here in a minute, but that's the way I thought it was, Bradley. We'll find out from our Manila faithful here.
Yeah.
Carter Scott into the ball game, normally starting, but because of senior night, little tradition from the Rebels.
So we'll see if Carter Scott can get things rolling from the 3 line, as we have not hit one yet. And we've been spoiled this year with this boys team. We want a 3-pointer.
That's right.
Ball stolen away from Carter Scott and into the hands of Wyatt Muir. Very low-scoring game so far, Rob. Just 6-3 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Muir's 3 is up and no good. Rebounded by Hoffman. Ahead to Weston. Weston back to Hoffman. Hoffman dribbles with his left, gets to the hole, and no good. Hoffman fighting for the rebound, and he keeps it alive as Scott gets it over to Smith. Smith finds Weston from the baseline. Weston's jumper is good. And Coach Corney's going to want to take a timeout as the Rebels now up 5. Seems like it took everything to get to that 8 points. And so we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
That's true. We are back here first quarter in the first quarter, 8-3 in favor of the Rebels. Rebels get another
actually bad pass at the ankles.
Scott 4-3, no good, and rebounded by Lell going the other way as Muir has it on the right wing. Muir enters it in to Byrne. Byrne dribbles to his left, hands to Lell. Lell dribbles to his right to the elbow and hands to Muir. Muir dribbles left, hands to Lell. Back to Byrne. Lell looking for three. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Nice move there as he reverses in to the defense and to the hole. Rebels now up 3, 8-5. Weston passes over to Lundgren. Lundgren passes to Scott. Scott gets it into Weston. Weston drives to the hole. No good. He fights for the rebound, but it ends up in the hands of Muir. Minute 25 to go here in the first. If you're Coach Hughes, you got to be happy with how this first quarter's gone so far, Rob. As Manila just down 3 with a minute 16 to go. Rebels force another turnover. Scott goes to the hole, and that's definitely going to be offensive foul. Going the other way.
Carter Scott, that was actually good defense just to be able to put themselves into position for the charge. But I don't fault Carter for trying to make the attempt. That's his first, only the second on the Rebels with a minute to go. A little full court press by the Rebels.
So for the Manila faithful, Enoch Wilson's been the player we didn't know the name of, and we got that figured out. So he is in, number 34. Byrne drives to the basket, guarded by Smith. Smith straight up, and no good. Rebounded by Hoffman. Minute to go in the first as Hoffman gives to Scott. Scott pump fakes, enters it into Lundgren. Lundgren, a great move. Pump fake and finish at the rim. 10-5 now in favor of the Rebels with 45 seconds to go in the game. Oh, they're going to get him with a backcourt. I don't think so, Rob. I think he made it across.
I think so as well, Bradley, but we don't have the whistles.
Oh, I have to wear a whistle tomorrow morning.
I've got one for you right here.
I don't know. I hate it. I hate reffing. I don't criticize much. Lundgren passes over to Scott. Scott enters it in to Smith. Smith misses and puts it back up, and that is no good. Good defense there from Wilson. 22 seconds to go as Muir drives to the hole and not able to finish. Rebounded by Scott going the other way. Scott finds Lundgren 4-3, just rims out. Rebounded by Wilson. 9 seconds to go. Manila with the ball. Muir brings it across. He crosses to his right and tries to get it away and into the hands of Hoffman as time expires. Very low scoring game, 10-5 in favor of the Rebels. We'll be back after this.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back at the start of the second quarter. As I said before the break, very low scoring game, 10-5 currently in favor of the Rebels.
Manila shooting 2 of 7, the Rebels 4 of 16.
Yep, not the usual. Pass over to Scott is tipped away. And Scott enters it into Weston. Weston dribbling over to the left side of the court. Gets a screen. He passes to Scott. Scott back to Weston. Weston on the left wing. Tries to get it inside to Smith, but that's tipped away by Muir, and he hits a cheerleader.
Luckily, it's one of the cheerleaders for his own school.
I feel for her. I think it's more embarrassment than pain right now.
Yeah.
She actually had really good reaction time because he was flying in there. Scott for three at the top of the key. No good. Yep, they're going to get Daniel for a push there. So, Rob, I'm sensing some frustration from the Rebels. Important to keep a cool head here early on with a 5-point game in front of us. Rebels have gotten into their full court trap. And Muir passes it way across court. Good athletic catch there by Goodman, but he does land just out of bounds. If it was college football, he'd have been fine, I think.
Yeah, he got 1 foot down, but not both.
Lundgren brings it across half court, passes over to Hoffman on his right, then to Weston to the left. Rebels working around the perimeter against this zone defense from Manila, 3-2 defense. And Scott 4-3, and that is good. It usually just takes one of them to get going, and the others want to get in too. So hopefully that is the case here as Manila going against the full court press, and again, throw it away. This might be the adjustment of the game, Rob, that the Rebels needed was the full court press.
That is the first 3 of 9 attempts for the Rebels, but the other night we found out they were good on the opposite quarters, so
we will see what happens tonight as Weston passes to Hoffman on the right wing. Hoffman passes to Weston and then to Scott. Scott back over to Weston. Tip pass to Weston, but he keeps control and passes to Hoffman. Hoffman back to Weston. Weston dribbling to his right. Gets it to Smith. Smith skips it back over to Hoffman. Scott for 3 from the corner again. No good. Rebounded by Lael. Lael passes it to Muir up ahead. Lael gets it on the baseline. And Daniel, another foul. Another blatant foul. And I'm going to call that an old men's foul. That's what we do at old men's when we're just not feeling it. Just push him out.
Ridge is going to come in for Daniel Smith for the Rebels with his second foul.
As long as Daniel doesn't get 3 this half, I'm okay with that foul, as that was going to end up as a layup on the baseline. As Muir passes it in to Goodman. Goodman back to Lael. Wyatt Muir has it on the left wing. Gets it to Goodman in the corner. Back to Muir and then to Goodman. Lael with the open 3. That is no good, but easily rebounded by Byrne and put back.
Coach Corney is going to call a time. Nope. Coach Hughes with the timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com, listening at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
We are back here, ready to get back into action as the Rebels are up 13-7 against the Manila Mustangs. And once again, a very low-scoring game considering how the Rebels have been scoring this year. But this is how these region games go. You get to know each other so well that offensively sometimes it becomes tough.
Yeah, when you're averaging 64 points a game with 13 the halfway into the second quarter is not the usual.
Weston has it up top. Passes over to Scott on the right wing. Rebels working it around. Weston gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman passes to Riker Hoffman. Riker Hoffman gets it back to Weston. Weston for 3, and that is good. So the Rebels a couple of threes now in this quarter to get things rolling. Now up 16-7. Ball being passed around. Goodman in the corner. Skips it to Muir. Muir's going to take a long 3 from the logo. No good. Goodman tries for the rebound and just out of bounds as he tries to save it. So number 11 for Manila, Blake White, into the game. and Goodman will come out.
White, a senior as well, one of the 7 on the Mustangs.
Lundgren brings the ball up, being guarded by White. Weston gets it across half court, and then back over to Lundgren. Lundgren finds Scott in the corner. Scott back to Lundgren. Lundgren, nice pump fake, steps up for 3, and that is good. And here we go, Rob.
Yep, second quarter.
The three-headed monster has
been woken up.
Going, yep. Lell gets it across half court, and he's going to take a long 3, and that is good. Ooh, it had that nice clink that you like to hear when he hit that 3. 19-10 now. Scott gets to Lundgren. Lundgren thinks about it, but skips it over to Hoffman. Ooh, Hoffman gets to the inside. Speaking of sounds, I heard a loud slap on that one.
Knocked out of bounds. Rebels will have it on the side in front of the Manila bench.
So Hoffman is into inbound. 19-10 for the Rebels with 4:44 to go in the first half. Weston walks it up, passes it over to Lundgren on the left wing. Rebels are really spreading things out here. Both Hoffmans underneath with Weston, Lundgren, and Scott on the perimeter. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Skip pass to Riker Hoffman. Riker passes it back up to Weston. Weston, he's going to drive in with a floater, and that is good. Nice floater from Drake. 21-10 now as time expired on the shot clock. Lell passes it over to Muir. Muir thinks about it, passes it back over to Lell in the corner. Lell, skip passes it to Lell. He gets it back to his brother in the corner again, who quickly gets it into Wilson. That was a nice ball movement for Manila to find Wilson flashing to the basket, and he'll go to line to shoot 2.
His first trip to the free throw line and the first free throw. Well, Manila's 1 of 1 so far, with Wyatt Muir with the only other free throw.
First is up and no good.
You're welcome.
Can you teach someone this power? This is like Jedi stuff. To quote the great Anakin Skywalker on that one. Wilson's second is up, and this one is good. 21-11 now, favor of the Rebels. Lundgren skips it over to Weston. Almost picked off, but Weston another floater, and that rims in from the baseline. Ball is inbounded to Muir. He gets it across half court to Lell. Lell back to Muir. Muir finds Goodman open in the corner for 3. No good. Had some arc to it. Scott the rebound, gets it ahead to Weston. Weston finds Hoffman underneath. And these are the boys we love watching right here. They have gotten into their stride as Muir brings it across half court, passes it to Lell. Lell for 3, just rims out. He did have one earlier just a few possessions ago. Scott gets the rebound. He goes down, pulls it for 3, no good. Rebounded by Lell. That would have been nice. Lell picks up his dribble and passes to Muir. Muir now will bring it across half court. He'll pass it to Goodman again, 4-3 from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Lundgren. Lundgren passes it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman goes to the basket, and they're going to call an offensive foul. And I believe that'll be Carter's, second foul?
I do believe that could be his first. That is the 4th on the Rebels.
Oh, just his first.
Put him in the bonus from here on out with 3 minutes to go. Manila yet to commit a foul in the second quarter.
2:46 to go in the first half, 25-11. Rebels continue to build on this lead as Lell has it in the corner, being guarded by Scott. Scott doing a great job. Byrne gets it. He drives to the hole and kicks it back out to Lell. Great effort there by Ridge to close out on both of them. Wyatt Muir drives to the hole and spins. It was a nice move, but they're saying he traveled. So back into the game is Blake White. He comes in for Ben Lale.
I did find out, Bradley, the wrestling is done for the night down in Richfield. Starting at 9:30 in the morning with the girls.
So we should have plenty of updates tomorrow during our evening game presentation. In the meantime, Carter Hoffman with another great finish underneath. Rebels now up 16 to Manila. Lell pump fakes, drives to his left, hands to White. White tries to get it back to Lell, but that is tipped away. And so Manila will pass it in from in front of the Rebel bench. In the meantime, Ben Lell back into the ball game for White. Muir with the ball. He enters it into Wilson. Then he kicks it back out to Lell. And then to Muir on the right wing once again. He skip passes it to Byrne. Byrne takes a long three, and that is good. 27-14 now in favor of the Rebels. Weston with the ball up top. He passes to Lundgren. Lundgren back to Weston in the corner. Weston looks to the inside. He's going to drive and be fouled by Byrne.
That'll be his third.
Heads up play by Weston. He knew it was close contact, so he drew the foul there on the outreached arms of Byrne. And, yeah, like you said, third foul for him with 1:39 to go in the first half.
I'm not sure if anybody's told Coach Hughes that is the case yet. He is not moving to his bench.
Lundgren passes it into Hoffman, then to Scott in the Weston. Weston finds an open Lundgren, but good effort there by Muir to get the block. But in the meantime, Weston gets the rebound and put back, and he is fouled, and he's going to go to the line. And the Rebel offense has come alive here now. They're back to about their average, almost 30 in the first half.
I dare to say it, Bradley, but the Rebels are 5 of 5 from the floor inside the arc.
I think I'm going to say from the foul line as you shoot.
They are 3 from 3 from the free throw line.
And that one does go for Weston. 30-14 now for Rich as a skip pass going around, and Lell gets it on the left wing. He shoots for three, no good. Rebounded by Scott. He passes it ahead to Weston. Is just a little bit too far in front.
Only the third turnover on the Rebels so far, Bradley. Manila with
that's
13.
Pretty good for a half.
Little four-court press again.
You know who silently gets a lot of rebounds for the Rebels?
Carter Scott.
He gets a ton of rebounds. And the skip pass over to Byrne on the left wing. Now Muir has it up top. He'll pass over to Lell. Lell inside to Wilson. Kicks it back out to Byrne. And Drake just a little bit too aggressive on that one. And they're going to get him for the foul. And that will send Manila to the line to shoot two.
Bracken Lell for the first free throws of the ball game for him. He's got a three-pointer in the ball game so far.
Was this the third trip to the line for Manila this half?
It is. They are 2 of 3 so far.
Lell's first is up and just rims out.
And there goes Byrne with his third foul to the bench with 54 seconds.
Smart move to get him out with this last minute to go to prevent that fourth. Lell's second shot is up and no good. Nearly rebounded by Wilson, but Riker Hoffman able to rein it in. 50 seconds to go now as Weston passes it to Scott up top. Scott over to Lundgren on the right wing. Lundgren skips it to Weston. Weston to Scott. Riker finds Drake in the corner for three. That just rims out. Great rebound there from Riker and a putback for the senior on senior night, giving his side a 32-14 lead. And he gets a foul. I appreciate that. After a score, you've got the momentum going, and he was fighting for the ball there.
If it was football, that would have been another pick for Riker Hoffman. Unfortunately, he did get some body contact.
That was a football safety move right there.
It was.
I can appreciate that. So that is...
Send Enoch Wilson to the free throw line.
His first is up and no good.
He is 1 of 2 on the last trip as well. We mentioned in the pregame show, Bradley, fouls and free throws. The Rebels with the more fouls, but Manila has not capitalized from the free throw line.
Yep, so Wilson's second foul shot is up and this time good. Just a sophomore for Manila. Ball inbounded to Weston. Weston walks it across half court. Rebels playing for the last shot of the half with 15 seconds to go. Lundgren gets it. He's going to streak all the way to the basket. 3 seconds. I thought that only got called in Wyoming.
I thought it was 3 seconds on the cheerleader on the baseline that he was looking at, but
yeah, that was a very, very quick one. 10 seconds on the clock as Muir passes it ahead to Lell. And Lell to the baseline. I make that comment about Wyoming because I know when the Wyoming schools come and play in Utah, it drives them crazy how 3 seconds is not a very common call.
4 seconds on the clock.
Muir to inbound. He is looking, and he gets it up to Lel. Lel dribbles to his right and puts one up at the buzzer, and that is no good. They're just going to go with a no call as Weston and Lel collide, and that'll be the end of the first half with the Rebels 32, Manila 15. We'll go to a quick break. When we come back, you'll hear our second standout student interview. We'll go to a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
It's now time for another segment of our Standout Student of the Week, and I am excited to talk to Boston Jolly. Boston, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Bradley, how are you?
Doing well. You said that you're currently in history right now?
Yeah, outside concurrent in the hallway.
Oh, so it's a college history class. Are you working towards your associate's degree next year?
My GE.
Your GE? Perfect. Good for you. So, Boston, how's the school year going? You're a junior now?
It's gone pretty good. We had some tough times with some college classes last try, but it's been pretty smooth sailing since then.
So what classes are you taking right now?
The only college class I'm taking is History 1700, and then I've got Normal Language Arts and Math in seminary.
Gotcha. And Boston, this week, very big week for you, as it is state wrestling. Talk to me about what the landscape's looking like down at state for you this year.
Well, as always, it's a long drive, so that can tamper things, but also I feel like out of the 8 boys that are going down, and we fought to get there, we fought at divisionals to be able to qualify, and the big challenge is going to be fighting Panguitch for those first place matches.
What seed are you in your bracket? Do you know that yet?
Not for sure. I think I'm 3rd.
Gotcha. So who's the kid to beat in your bracket besides yourself?
Definitely Panguitch and Paiute.
They both have big kids that are in your weight class that are doing well?
Yeah, they are the state champion and runner-up from 190 of last year, and they're getting up to 215.
Well, we're excited to hear how you do. Boss, do you know when your first match is?
Friday around 3.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to get updates throughout the weekend and how you're doing. Boss, what are the things that you love about wrestling?
What I love is that it builds discipline and a lot of character, because anything that happens, it's on you, and that can be scary sometimes thinking about it, but it also builds you to understand that you need to grow instead of just watching other people grow, because if you just watch your team grow, and like in football, you can grow but also watch others grow and still do pretty fine, but in wrestling, if you don't grow alongside them, you can't be able to succeed.
Yep, that's a great way to put it. Boston, what grade were you in when you guys moved here? Were you a 6th grader, 7th grader?
I was 7th grade.
So since moving here, what are some things that you've loved about Rich School District and living in Rich County in general?
The fact that everybody's close by, everyone knows everyone, and quiet where I live, and there's not a big city, because we used to live in Kaysville. Would have gone to Davis High, and that would have been a huge stress with all those kids. So having a small school and especially sports with a smaller amount of people that you're all friends with and you all work together is definitely one of the things I love, and also the lake is awesome.
Boston, do you know what your plans are? You've got about a year and a half before you graduate, but do you know yet what your plans are for after high school?
My plans are definitely to serve an LDS mission and then hopefully work on my EMT paramedic at UVU, maybe on ROTC.
And how's Naya doing at the Air Force Academy?
She's doing really well, pretty halfway far, or like a 4th into her 2nd semester. She's been struggling a little bit with some classes, but she's pushed through. She's doing really well, and she really deserves to be there. I'm really proud of her, really happy for her.
Yeah, she's made us all proud. She's representing our community well, and I know you will too. So thanks, Boston, for taking time to chat with me. I always like to end these interviews with, is there a teacher that you'd like to give a shout out to that's been a positive impact on your life and the last 2.5 years, I guess 3.5 years at Rich High School?
Since I started out in middle school and my freshman year, Mr. Woods, when all my musical classes, showed me that, like, just because I like band, because I always thought if you liked band, you were weird, but that's not the case. And yeah, Mr. Woods has helped a lot of people, and he's a really awesome guy to talk to. And also Mr. Pugmire, anytime I needed help with an assignment, he really helps me figure it out and explain and understand what I need to know.
Well, those are some great shout outs. And Boston, you've got musical coming up just in about month and a half?
Yeah.
Freaky Friday?
Oh, yeah.
So what role are you playing this year?
I am playing Mike, the fiance.
Awesome. Well, excited to watch you do that, and good luck, especially this weekend with state wrestling, and we'll catch up again soon.
Okay. Thanks, Bradley.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7's services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Welcome back. This is the halftime show brought to you by the station on Main. Rob, what do you have for us for that first half?
Now the Rebels jump out to a low-scoring first quarter, but defense held tough as well. Only 10-5 at the end of the first quarter. Rebels put some offense together, outscore Manila 22-10 in the second quarter to take a 32-15 lead at halftime. Rebels are 10 of 15 inside the arc. They were perfect. 6 of 6 in that second quarter, shooting 67%. Unfortunately, only 3 of 15 from three-point land, which averages out to be a 43% from the field. They are perfect from the free throw line, 3 of 3. Manila, 3 of 9 inside the arc, 2 of 9 outside the arc, Bradley. That adds up to be 28%. They are 3 of 7 from the free throw line. And we talked about the rebounds. Rich is winning the battle of the boards 14-12 with 4 offensive boards. Riker Hoffman with 5, and you mentioned it, Carter Scott with 4. Probably the biggest struggle for the Mustangs in the first half. 13 turnovers to only 4 for the Rebels. Wyatt Muir leading his team with 3 rebounds. As far as the scorebook is concerned, Rich Lundgren for the Rebels with 5, Carter Hoffman with 8, Riker Hoffman with 4, Drake Weston trying to match his sister from earlier this evening. He's got 12. Carter Scott with a lone three-pointer for the Mustangs. Wyatt Muir's got 3. Ben Lell's got 2. Bracken Lell with 3. Brody Byrne with 5. And Enoch Wilson 2 points from the free throw line. So we said, Bradley, you need to hold Wyatt on the offensive side. He's only got 3 points, 1 bucket and 1 free throw. An early three-point play the hard way. And that is all he's got from the floor. And as far as the rebounds are concerned, I've only got T. Goodman with 2. So check that one off as far as one of the keys to the game.
And that is your first half highlights. Thank you, Rob. And Rob, one of the things I love about this team, this Rich Rebel team, a slow start doesn't keep them down. And hats off to how Coach Cornea coaches. He lets them continue to shoot even if they start out cold. He lets them get into the swing of things. And I'll tell you what, that's going to come handy at state because there's going to be a game out of those 4 games that we start off slow. It's going to happen. It's tradition. It happens at state. I would gladly be happy to be wrong about that, but at state you're going to have a slow start to a game, and the Rebels have learned to just persevere through that and know that the shots will eventually fall. And we saw that there in the first half. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, our second half of action coming your way online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We are back to start the second half of action. Rebels up 32-15, and Rob, what is your key to the second half to keep things rolling here?
Well, obviously the three ball has fouled a little bit, but I would say the inside game of the Rebels has been huge. They have been able to score inside the paint. Some of those are offensive putbacks, but a lot of those are little floaters from Drake. So if you can continue to pound the paint, not only does it bring the points, but it also puts some foul trouble on the Manila side of the ball, and their bench is not deep.
So Manila will start with the ball as Lel gets it over to his brother on the left wing. Lel looking, he gets it to his brother, and he's able to catch that in the nick of time before it goes out of bounds. And so Ben Lel with the ball, he passes over to Goodman in the corner. Lel back to Lel at the top of the key. Dribbles to his right. Manila working on the perimeter. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and they will get an open look at the top, and that is good. So as good a start as you can have for Manila, hitting a three to start things off as the shot clock expired. Rebels looking to answer here as Lundgren has it up top, and Manila in a 3-2 zone against this perimeter offense of the Rebels. Lundgren finds Weston over on the corner. Back to Lundgren. Lundgren, a pump fake. He steps up and fires, and that is good. Pretty shot there from Ridge. 35-18 now for the Rebels. We are in our third quarter of play, just under 7 minutes to go, and Muir gets a banked three for Manila, and Rebels heading the other way as Scott goes for three. That is no good. Bounces up over the top. There was a chuckle between Coach Corney and Coach Hughes after that bank shot. Why do bank shots get such a bad reputation, Rob?
The bank's not open on Friday night.
I guarantee that's what it's there for. That's what the backboard's there for. Muir dribbles to his right, passes to Lel in the corner. Lel finds his brother in the other corner, and into Byrne. Byrne with the post move. No good. Ridge with a great rebound. He is fouled in the attempt.
And the foul's going to go on Byrne. That is his fourth. He will go straight to the bench. Coach Hughes loves the effort, but he's going to go to the bench.
So we'll see him probably next quarter. And Carter Hoffman with the ball in the corner. He gets it to Lundgren and then to Scott and then Weston. And Weston's three just rims out. Rebounded by Lel. Going the other way as Lel's on the right wing. And he passes over to Muir. Muir on the right wing, looking to get things happening as they are down 14 with 5:49 to go in the third. He finds an open Goodman. Good pump fake and drive. Goodman's shot is up and good. If you're the Rebels, you don't want this to be chipped away at slowly. Need to get some more points on the board here as that is stolen away by Lel. This is the momentum that Manila's been looking for. As Wilson's going to take a three from up top. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Rebels need the rebound as they are definitely being out-rebounded so far this half. Goodman's three rims out. Smith gets it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman one-on-one essentially with Muir, and he goes, spins, and finishes.
Coach Corney's going to take a timeout.
Great finish there by Carter Hoffman against Wyatt Muir. We're going to go to a break. The Rebels are up 37-23 with 5:12 to go in the third. We'll be back after this, and it is time for your Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Thank you to Gary McKee and the Bear Lake Realty team. If you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, reach out to Gary and Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888. Rob, what's your favorite thing about Bear Lake? And don't say raspberry shakes. That's what everyone says. You got to have something else.
I just love the view, Bradley. I've got some family that have got homes on the lake, and when I am there, you can just sit on the balcony and enjoy the view. We've got a family connection to do a family reunion there about every year. And again, just wake up in the morning and go eat breakfast out on the deck and enjoy the view.
You know what I don't see when I step outside my door in Bear Lake right now?
Snow?
No snow. Plenty in the mountains, but not much in town. Very strange year, but great snow in the mountains, so it's kind of nice. Back to the game here as it starts. Goodman has it up top. He passes to Lell on the right wing. Lell picks it up and passes to Wilson. Wilson to Lell. He crosses over and drives all the way to the basket and gets an and one. Good move there for Ben Lell as he crosses over and is fouled going to the rim. And so he'll go to the line to try for the three-point play.
Foul's going to go to Carter Scott, only his second, as Jet Holmes comes in for his cousin Drake Weston and Dylan Fonsbeck in for Carter Hoffman. And a sub for Manila as well. Number 11, Blake White, back into the ball game.
Lell's one foul shot is up and good. Lundgren gets it across half court, skips it to Scott in the corner. Scott back to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fake, steps to his left and shoots. No good. Rebound by Lell, and he throws it off of Daniel Smith out of bounds. So the Mustangs will get the ball back.
Down 11, halfway through the third quarter.
Goodman passes it into Muir. Rebels back in a full court press as they do skip it across. Last time Manila had a very tough time with the full court press, and they break it easily this time as Lell's going to be fouled by Fonsbeck driving to the hole, and that'll be the second team foul for the Rebels.
Foul's on the floor, so Mustangs will have it on the baseline.
So Muir to inbound. Looking, and he finds Goodman. Good defense there by Fonsbeck to prevent the inbound pass.
I'm not sure Fonsbeck got a hand on that, but it's going to stay with the Mustangs.
The cheerleaders are saying it was off Rich.
No,
they had that
good
angle.
Call.
Muir to inbound. He gets it into Lell. Lell being guarded by Scott. He turns and shoots, and good. Good finish there. Rob, we got a 37-28 game here. So the Rebels up 9, single-digit lead, which has not happened for quite a while. Lundgren at the top. Passes it to Smith in the corner. Back to Lundgren. Lundgren passes it to Holmes. Holmes back to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes and drives. And they're going to call a foul on Lell. We might have been bailed out there, Rob.
Yeah, that is Bracken Lell. That is his first and the second on the Mustangs in the quarter. Drake Weston back into the ball game for Carter Scott. And Ridge to trigger the inbounds pass on the baseline.
You can tell from Scott's face he's a little frustrated with the shooting tonight. But, Rob, you and I talked about it with what Molly went through today, or yesterday versus today. It's just the nature of basketball. As Weston pump fakes, shoots, no good, but gets his own rebound. And shot clock is reset. He gets it to Lundgren on the wing, no good. Fonsbeck fights for the rebound, tips it out to Smith. Smith drives to the hole, and that is good. What a finish on senior night for Daniel Smith as he was airborne and got hit sideways and able to finish, so he's going to go to the line to shoot one.
And the foul's on Enoch Wilson, his second, and I would say advantage Daniel Smith on size.
Yeah, and Daniel's foul shot is up and just rims out. Rebels now back to a double-digit lead, up 11. On Manila with 3:34 to go in the third. Muir passes to Goodman and then to Lell. Lell drives to the basket, tries to find his cutter. It was a good look, but just a little bit behind Wilson.
And Blake White back in the ball game for Enoch White.
Honestly, Enoch White, once he gets some more size on him, thickness-wise, he will definitely be a contributor for Manila.
Doesn't have the build yet.
Next couple years, we'll see his name a lot as Lundgren has a three in the corner and hits. 42 to 28.
His third of the ball game.
Rebels now with a 14-point lead as Muir drives to the basket. He's stopped by Lundgren. Lell now has it on the right wing. Double team stop. Great help there from Fonsbeck to help Weston out to prevent that drive. And the ball is handed to Lell. 14 on the shot clock. Lell drives the baseline, but they're going to get a foul on.
I think on Fonsbeck.
So Fons is second, I believe.
Yep. And there's a quick sub back in. Enoch Wilson back in for Manila.
Muir enters the ball to Goodman.
Daniel Smith with the steal.
Up ahead to Weston. Weston thinks about the three but drives and hands to Holmes. Holmes pump fakes, hands back to Weston. Weston for three, no good, but Ridge with the rebound and almost put back. And Wilson gets the rebound, and Coach Hughes gets the timeout in time. So Manila is going to have the ball to come out of this timeout. We'll be back after this, after that quick Coach Hughes timeout. You're listening on 98.3 KDQFM and mylocalradio.com.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today.
All right, we are back to the third quarter of action. What do you have for us, Rob?
Well, you got me on the music trivia earlier, Bradley. Did you recognize that song that they did
band
by the pep band?
Oh, yes. I sang it many a times in a primary room growing up. I believe that was Popcorn Popping. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That is your Utah rock music here at Rich High School. As Holmes skips it over to Smith in the corner. And they're going to get Smith with the offensive foul.
And that'll put Daniel quickly to the bench and Carter Hoffman to take his place. Daniel's third of the ball game with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Ball is inbounded to Lell as he brings it up court. As you said, 2 minutes to go here in the third. Lell enters it into Goodman. Goodman then hands to Muir. Muir going to his right. Fonsbeck defending. Good defense by Fons. That's about all you can do as it's a good finish for Muir. 42-12. Holmes pump fakes on the corner. Passes to Weston. Weston to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes and goes all the way to the hole, and a nice finish. Coach Hughes wanted another offensive foul there as the lane was cleared. But Lundgren with a nice finish underneath. Ooh, that is a nice pass from brother to brother. Shot is no good, but they get their own rebound. Muir now is going to go to the hole, and they're going to call a block as Drake was embedded into the wall on that Muir drive.
And they're trying to convince him that he was in the act of shooting, and here's saying on the baseline. Drake's second foul, but that is the bonus. I think they're going to be at the free throw line from here on out, Bradley, with a minute 22 to go in the third quarter.
To shoot two. Rebels up 44-30 with a minute 22 to go in the third.
Muir is 1 of 1 from the free throw line tonight.
Muir's first is up and good.
Mustangs are perfect from the free throw line in the second half. Make it 3 of 3.
Sorry, I'm laughing because of Easton Eborn over there.
Yep, trying to do a little bit of...
He's doing his part for sure.
Yep.
Weston with the ball at the right wing. That second foul shot was made by Muir, so it's 44-32 with a minute 10 to go. Weston has it at the right wing. He kicks it out to Lundgren. Lundgren for three. That is good. Lundgren having a great second half here.
Yep, his third three of the quarter.
Rebels up 15 now, 47-32 with 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. Miscommunication there that ends up in the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman drives to the hole, but no good. Lundgren gets the rebound, puts it back, and why not? 49-32. I got to fix my score. 49-32 now for the Rebels. As Muir has it up top with 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. He's trying to take Lundgren one-on-one, and he's going to travel.
Good defense by Ridge.
Yep,
and
yes,
unfortunately, the 18th turnover by the Mustangs.
Holmes inbounds to Weston. 22 seconds on the game clock in the third quarter. Weston gets it across and falls down, but gets it across to Lundgren. And wow, did you see that? I think I got the replay too.
Okay.
We're going to watch that at the break. That was a no-look pass. Beautiful one to Carter Hoffman and a finish. Lell gets the shot up and is no good. 1.5 seconds to go here. I hope I did the replay button right. We're about to see Stacy's repair replay if I did it correctly. Ball is entered into Holmes with 1 second to go, and Weston puts it up from half court, and he hits the expensive shot clock. So, Rob, let's see if we got the replay here. You're going to see a great no-look pass from Lundgren to Hoffman. Dang it. I don't know. I thought I did it right, but that's a replay from Windover. Let's watch it anyway. This is Drake. Drake's nice pass to Lundgren. Sorry, Ridge, I didn't get your replay. I thought I had it. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back at the start of the fourth quarter.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today
back.
On the
start of the fourth quarter. Rebels up 51-32. Rob, you were just calculating. The Rebels outscore the Mustangs 19-17 in the third. So strong quarter from both sides as Hoffman gets the rebound. Back up. Fonsbeck tries to get the putback. We had a couple chances there, and Weston's going to get credited with the foul there. Start the fourth quarter, and that's his third.
And he will go to the bench, and his cousin Jet Holmes back into the ball game.
Goodman inbounds to Muir. Muir brings it across half court. Inbounds to Byrne. Byrne back in the game with 4 fouls. Muir gets the three attempt, no good. Rebounded by Scott. Scott looking ahead. He finds Hoffman. Hoffman back to Scott. Scott for three. That is good. Scott with a great three from the top of the key. Rebels now at 54-32. And Lell hands it back to Muir. Muir driving. Good defense there from Lundgren and stripped away by Hoffman. Hoffman gets it across half court. Finds Lundgren. Lundgren extra pass to Scott. Scott into Hoffman. And they're going to get a travel from Hoffman. That possession didn't end how we wanted, but you definitely saw the unselfishness that we continually see from this team.
Quick swap back in. Drake Weston getting a little instruction from the sideline and back in the ball game for Jet Holmes.
6:52 to go in the fourth. Rebels up 54-32. As Lell has it, he inbounds it to Byrne. Byrne being guarded by Hoffman. He puts it up no good. Rebounded by Lundgren. Lundgren's going to slow things down Gets it across half court. He skips it to Hoffman. Hoffman to Weston in the corner. Weston looking into Fonsbeck. He kicks it back to Hoffman. Hoffman over to Weston. Weston pump fakes and passes to Scott up top. 14 on the shot clock. Ridge gets it inside to Hoffman. Hoffman, nice pass to Fonsbeck. Just great ball movement from the Rebels. And Coach Hughes is going to take a timeout. Unselfish play has been the theme this year. And that may be why the Rebels have done well on selfish play. We're going to go to a break. We are here at Rich High School between the Rebels and Manila. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
We're back in the fourth quarter between Rich High School and Manila High School. Region play here. And Rob, based off how the region tournament's looking, we may see this matchup again in the semifinals next weekend at region. It's kind of slated to look like the Rebels will have the winner between Windover and Manila. But there's still a very big game to play tomorrow against Tabiona, and then that will definitely decide final seeding in that tournament.
Rebels on a little 5-0 run to start the fourth quarter, Bradley.
And I'm just trying to find maybe an update on the Tabiona Tintic game, but we are underway here as Muir gets it into Goodman. Goodman at the elbow, gets it back to Muir on the right wing. Muir drives baseline and not able to finish, but gets his own rebound. Hoffman strips it away. He's done that a few times tonight. Gets it ahead to Lundgren. Lundgren to Weston, and Weston tries to finish, but no good there. And Muir going the other way. He has a nice handoff to Byrne, and Byrne finishes at the hoop. Give his side 2 more points. 56-34 now. Rebels still with a good lead here with 5.5 to go in the fourth. Lundgren has it on the right wing. Skips over to Scott, who's open for 3, but instead enters it into Hoffman. Hoffman back out to Weston. Lundgren passes it to Weston, and Weston's going to be fouled on the drive. So Daniel Smith back into the game.
Foul's going to go to Bracken Lell. That is his second and only the first in the quarter. Daniel Smith back in for the Rebels for Dylan Fonsbeck, but I believe you'll probably see Dylan back here shortly with the lead.
Lundgren enters it into Scott. Scott for 3. Oh, and it just rims out. Touched every part of the rim and came out. Lell on the other end for 3. His misses, but Byrne getting involved much more now as he gets the putback. And unfortunately, I don't have any updates for scores around the state. I guess that'll come later tonight. Lundgren now with the ball on the left wing. Passes over to Weston in the corner. Weston drives to the hole.
And they're going to get Daniel Smith with the foul.
Poor Daniel. He's had some bad luck today with offensive fouls and other things. That's his 4th.
Coach
I thought
Corney
that was his 6th foul.
No, that's only his 4th. Coach Corney is trying to get an explanation on that one, but
yeah, I feel for Daniel. I didn't see much there as Muir hands to Lell. Lell gets into the paint and has a nice finish. A late surge here by Manila with 4.5 to go. Weston brings it across half court. Passes it to Scott on the left wing. Scott dribbling to his right at center court. He's going to hand to Lundgren. Lundgren on the right wing. Lundgren looking, passes to Hoffman. 15 on the shot clock. Smith gets it inside and tries to get a move in there, and no good. Rebounded by Goodman and put out to Muir. Muir was having a hard time dribbling the ball. He kept saying to his coach that there's sweat on the ball. That does happen.
That does happen, but that is the 20th turnover on Manila, and Ridge is going to have a seat. We've got another game tomorrow night, so I'm not surprised if Coach Cornea goes to his bench here pretty quick for the Rebels.
That's what I would do here, as long as you keep a late surge from continuing from Manila as Weston crosses half court. Passes to Scott in the corner. Scott looking to the inside. He'll dribble back out to Weston, then to Holmes at the left wing. Weston finds Scott in the corner. Scott skips it to Weston. Weston takes the dribble inside and then passes it to Scott. Scott for three from corner. Rims out once again. Carter Hoffman with a great rebound. Pretty much doesn't give Wilson a choice but to go over the back. And good strong play there for Carter.
That'll be Enoch Wilson's third foul, and I thought that was 3 on the Mustangs for the quarter, but the scoreboard only says 2.
Weston inbounds. Gets tipped, but right back to the hands of Weston. He passes to Scott on the right wing. Scott going to dribble it out to center court. Reset things. He tries to get over to Weston, but Enoch Wilson there to tip it out of bounds. Rebels keep possession here. 3:14 to go in the fourth. Rebels up 56-38. Weston inbounds to Scott on the left wing. Scott enters it into Hoffman in the paint. Hoffman, great move there, but Wilson's there to block that into the hands of into Lel. Lel misses the shot, but rebounded by Scott. Scott gets it across, and Scott went down, and we'll see what they're going to call. There was probably a travel there, but then a kick by Manila after, so we'll see what gets called here.
Coach Hughes asking for an explanation from the Manila bench, and the referee says the ball was kicked. Goes back to the Rebels.
I can't believe they didn't get a travel call there. Weston inbounds to Scott. Scott up top to Hoffman. Hoffman hands to Weston. Weston passes to Holmes on the wing. Wing passes it in. Scott gets it into Smith. No good, but Hoffman with the rebound. And they're going to call a foul on the ground.
Hoffman, Carter of the Hoffman version with his third offensive board this quarter. Drake to trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline.
Weston to inbound. He gets it into Hoffman in the corner. Hoffman back to Weston. And Weston picks it up. He's looking, and he skips over to Scott. 2:28 to go in the game. Rebels with a comfortable lead. And Weston gets it in the corner, and he will shoot, and that is no good. Smith goes for the rebound, and no good. And here we go. Here is some substitutions coming in for Rich for the last couple minutes.
Carter Grohl and Aiden Weston.
It's kind of interesting not having your last home game be senior night, because usually that would come with a round of applause.
Yep.
But that'll happen tomorrow night. Manila with the ball underneath. Lel looking for help. He finds it in his brother at the top of the key. Ben Lel, drives to the hole, and that is missed and rebounded by Scott.
His seventh rebound of the ball game.
2 minutes to go here as Scott passes over to Holmes. Holmes to Grohl in the corner. Grohl dribbles to his left and enters it into Scott. Scott over to Holmes. Holmes for three, no good. Rebounded by Lel. That is Bracken Lel with the rebound. He gets it across half court, dribbles to his right, hands to Muir. Muir pump fakes and drives. He's going to go to the rack, and that is Daniel Smith's fifth foul.
Yeah, he used it well. Not going to be able to take him home, so he's done for senior night.
I mean, he used them all. Minute and a half to go.
This fourth quarter has been pretty quiet on the offensive scoreboard.
Yeah, what do we add on both teams?
5-2.
Really?
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
This is going back to 5-6. It's going back to
the first quarter.
The first quarter, yep.
This game is like a low-carb hamburger, you know. You have like no bun, just the meat in the middle, but nothing in the beginning or end. Muir's foul shot is up and no good.
His first miss of the night. And some subs from the Manila bench, as well as Dylan Wasden for the Rebels, taking Carter Scott out for the night.
That'll be it for the starters. And a good showing, 56 points for the Rebels so far. As Muir, second foul shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Fonsbeck and kicked out to Weston.
And Muir intentionally fouls to get his teammate into the ballgame, and that would be number 22, Hudson Bear.
So I'm not sure if Manila has a game tomorrow or if this is it for them.
No, I do believe they have a game. I think I saw on the schedule earlier today they do.
So they, we're thinking they have one tomorrow. And last week of the regular season, Rob, could you believe that that point last night of it being a Big Piney's first home game yesterday?
I did not.
Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah. So first week of February, Big Piney had their first home game last night against us. They've been on the road the first 2 months of the season.
They're getting their gym redone, or what's up?
Nope. The athletic director was talking to me. She said there was some complaints that all of their most of their road games had come in February last year, so she just flipped it. And anyway, it was a very interesting stat. 3-point play there by Manila.
Hudson Bear with a three-pointer, freshman.
Great dish there by Aiden Weston to Wasden underneath. They're going to call a foul before the shot.
Aiden passes the ball underneath, and they're going to give him 2 shots at the free throw line.
Yep, you don't always see that.
That was a clear pass on the baseline to...
Well, he's going to the line because they're in the bonus.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'll take that back then.
So Aiden's first is up and just rims out.
Only the second free throw of the second half for the Rebels. They were 3 of 3 in the first half, 0 of 2 so far in the second half, Bradley.
Aiden's second foul shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Manila. So 34 seconds to go here. Number 12 for Manila with the shot. That is, I about called him a girl's name because I was looking at the girls' roster. I don't have a 12 here either. We're a little bit off on our roster, but Holmes gets the rebound, takes it to the other end, and the Rebels should be able just to dribble this thing out. Do not shoot it. Okay, 11 seconds to go here in the game. And Rebels are going to dribble this thing out, 56-41, and that'll be it. Rebels get another victory here at home.
Still 3 seconds on the shot clock, or on the game clock, and Jet hands the ball to the referee.
And that'll be it, folks. Final score, Rich 56, Manila 41. We'll be back after this for our post-game show.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
We are back here at Rich High School as the Rebels get a 15-point victory over the Manila Mustangs. And Rob, we'll have a quick recap here as this one comes to a close. What do you have for us for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap?
Well, low-scoring first quarter and a low-scoring fourth quarter, but in the middle, Rebels were just up 10-5 in that first quarter. They pushed the lead 32-15 at halftime, shooting 67% inside the two-point line in that first half. In the third quarter, the Rebels outscore Manila 19-17. Manila went on a run early, cut the lead to 9, but a surge at the end, thanks to Ridge Lundgren, pushes that lead back, and then Manila outscores the Rebels 9-5 in the fourth quarter, but it was pretty much done after 3 and the final score 56-41, and the Rebels stay perfect in Region 22 play.
And speaking of Ridge, we're going to give him the Crawford Schroff Player of the Game as, he went through that streak there through those 2 middle quarters that he just took this thing over, and he did what he does best. And, Rob, for the G. McKay Frankum precision play of the game, it's got to be Ridge's no-look pass to Carter Hoffman on the opposite block, and he's able to finish there. That was a thing of beauty.
Unfortunately, we couldn't catch the replay, but it was good enough as we look forward to tomorrow night against Tabiona.
Yeah, so let's talk about our calendar update. Once again, as we announced earlier, we're gonna keep you updated as best we can tomorrow during the Tabiona games, how the wrestlers are doing as they are at their state tournament. Rob, do you want to go through how that result was once again?
Yeah, if I can
today?
find that sheet. The girls will start tomorrow morning at 9:30.
While you're finding that, so tomorrow, boys and girls both playing Tabiona, a huge cap off to the season, and that will start, I believe, 5:30 and 7 again, Rob. And so girls game at 5:30, boys at 7. We'll have it right here for you online at mylocalradio.com and over the airwaves at 98.3 KDQ FM. And Rob, how about you go through just one final review of how Wrestling State is going?
So Scotty Wakefield, Hudson Perry, Wilkes Weston, Boston Jolly, Jordan Johnson, and Bailey Weston with wins in that first round. Unfortunately, Jasper Johnson, Jackson Jolly, Tag Stewart, Riker Kirk, and Traxon Chandler come up short in that first match. But I can guarantee you there'll be plenty to do tomorrow, as well as for the girls' side.
So we have 6 boys in the semifinals tomorrow, it sounds like. And then, we'll keep you guys updated throughout that. I'm not sure if there's a way online that's streaming it down there. I'm sure there is. But we'll keep you updated. So thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with Rebels as Coach Gines, Fabrizio, and the Rebels come to town.